of a big fight. The Lunox is a great source of damage. It kind of negates a lot of the frontline presence with the burst heavy approach. So even the tankier heroes with sustain like the Ruby, like the Harith, needs to be a bit more careful. And with all the setup available, there's no reason why they can't really go for a straightforward approach. Stun someone up with the Glorious Pathway, and then destroy them with that Lunox. And then on the off chance that there's a counter-engage happening, that's where the Tigreal steps in.
That early to mid-game potential in the draft index really favors Valentina and Harith on Bigatron Alpha, but right now we're gonna see the chaos ensued in the Land of Dawn. The Chaos Derby of Alter Ego versus Bigatron Alpha.
Land of Dawn, here we go for the first game. It's a mage clash in the gold lane, not your typical marksman. So let's see here, who will take game one?
Also in the jungle, and you can see Nile on the Roger will be having the clear advantage. And unlike the other games we've seen, you see the teams do a lot of creative things. For now, the roamers aren't really helping out the mid laner, but Key doing a pesky move to try and delay the purple buff, trying to give Supercan a fighting chance when it comes to the clearing competition. But the emblems here by IndieHome, you can see that the weapon mastery is in the hands of Roundgo. He wants to play the long game. The firmness for the Tigreal with the Wilderness Blessing is going to be Owen trying to rotate around as fast as possible. And now if you see like Aman, he goes with the Inspire, so he's going to be deceptively tanky as a little falls to the hands of Bigatron.
Yep, two mages in the gold lane, but that Festival of Blood from Lunox Arashi. Aman really looking to be a bit more sustainable in a team fight.
Well, Highs here, with that Festival of Blood on the Lunox, you already have a built-in regeneration tool in your kit. And in the early game, level 1 to level 2, you're actually deceptively good at going for duels. Now with the Festival of Blood, a lot more survivability in that late game, so maybe he'll be able to be around the map a lot more than usual. But look at the damage!
Oh, Let's Blood Supercan finding a kill on towards Roundel, who popped the Purify as well.
Yeah, this guy really knows the limit of Grok, man. Using that barrier to kind of enable Supercan with the Electro Final Blow.
That's a crazy amount of damage in the early game. The power of nature, it's almost a surprising amount of damage because he just walks up slowly but surely and just nukes you down. And in the gold lane, you can see Aman taking the conservative approach as the team goes for the turtle, already close to half HP.
Yep, Nino terrified here. Oh, Glorious Pathway popped. Now jumps in though. A loose Super Luke finds him. I'm offended. But now Nino zeroes out Moreno. Supercan quite low. Owen, out of all people, finds the turtle. Now they want to fight Niall, looking for Key. This might be it, but Key still has the flicker though. Alter Ego controls fully of the purple buff. Now Bigatron, they will have to concede the turtle and the purple buff. We've talked about Nino on the Hylos, and that was questionable, to be honest, Arashi. He was level 3. The Glorious Pathway was not there yet for Nino, and he's still somehow able to zone Moreno away.
It's just the sustainability, right? You're so tanky and you just walk forwards, unstoppable, and eventually the squishier members will have to back away. Talent prediction here by our new application GoPay though shows that Papulung, as always, is never going with the flow. That is his whole identity. It will never happen. But for Alter Ego, man, that's a great approach to go for the neutral objective, but focus more on the fight first, on the pickoffs first before committing onto the neutral objective. Bigatron expanded the I'm offended from Luke to try and replicate that play to zone away the jungle from the neutral objective, but they miscalculated.
Man, Nino.
So annoying.
Yeah, for sure. And Luke, this kind of denies that the roaming potential that we talk about that with Super Luke. He's one of the best EXP laners in terms of like the calculative approach of just letting go of your minion when you need to, but when you're up against a Hylos, oh my goodness!
2v1 can Super Luke. I'm offended. Super Ken is there. Looking for the eye for a 9. There you go. But it seems like it will be enough to somehow disengage. No casualties top lane.
The first bout between Nael and also Super Luke ended up with no one converting to kills whatsoever. And it looks quite good at the first thing that we see.
Man, look at the gold difference here. Moreno and Key having an advantage, but everywhere else, it's actually for Alter Ego. The fact that they're so tanky right here means that despite the best ganks from Supercan, he hasn't really been able to find anything after that initial first blood. Now with the turtle coming back up, Alter Ego, they even have an option here to go straight for the pickoff, going immediately for the zap.
Yep, 45 popped. That's info. Alter Ego taking it slow as well here on that turtle take. Let's see here, Alter Ego, will they take more space? Owen has the flicker and implosion. Keep an eye for that, but Nino here, trying to zone out here. Seems like he will not commit. Glorious pathway committed in the backside. Oh, Owen, good pull! But Super Ken finds the turtle. Now in the backside, it will all for Alter Ego. They will not have business just yet, though. They will be happy in just taking zone, but losing on the turtle. Just like Baseball said, meanwhile, no highs. Oh, this might be in trouble, but no. Still lives. Just like Raceboy said, the 5-man of Pikachu Alpha definitely is mechanically sound. Super Ken getting out of the danger, out of the CC of Owen with the eye for an eye. Meanwhile, though, Super Luke, Deja Vu Rashi, he once again pulls 2 members away from the turtle area.
This seems to be how they go and approach these neutral objective takes, but Super Ken.
Cards, good implosion. Now, good pull there. Sacred Hammer and Niall finds Super Ken in the top lane. It's 1-for-1. Bigatron, though, takes a turret in the bottom side of the map.
Super Luke though with the War Axe, a lot more sustain, a lot more damage available. Despite how it looks, the turret advantage actually falls to the hands of Bigatron, taking away the turret in the bottom side. Looking at the in-game equipment, that's a War Axe for Super Ken as well, so expect the outplays, expect the sustainability. And for Moreno, with a 20% cooldown reduction from the Enchanted Talisman, look out for those big outplays with the IMU.
But sadly, that survivability will be, you know, countered with 2 glowing ran right away from both mages of Alter Ego. Even Lunox, the one that usually go for like a full frontal assault magic damage build, chooses to go for a glowing wand first item, possibly to lane against Eman.
It certainly isn't an item build meant for instant burst damage, but maybe he's playing for the long game, right? He wants to make sure that he can apply that debuff to multiple members in a team fight, which he can do very easily with the Brilliance build.
Chooses to go for a glowing wand first item, possibly to
three members top, attempted to make a play happen to rotate immediately to the neutral objective as Highs surprises Iman.
Oh my
God. But both people will back away.
Yeah, here's the thing, right? With the glowing wand, it's also a life bane effect, right? You counter the shielding from Iman, so it's killing 2 birds with 1 stone. And technically now, Alter Ego, they want to fight Nino, trying to somehow chip away. Oh, Super Ken finds the turtle, but it seems like Alter Ego, they will be finding key though, will be stuck. So that's a kill added for Alter Ego.
But yeah, it is a roamer for a turtle Arashi, and you know who's waiting on that.
I'm offended on towards Owen. Implosion force, but Iman has enough damage to take him down. And now they want the mid. Highs all alone, stunned up. Oh, Brilliance hopped just to zone away though. They still have a wave to take care of, but the backup is there. So they will be able to defend that mid.
Alter Ego really to play around this Hylas, man. You saw that earlier. They grouped around Nino to try and go for the bottom side turret, but Bigatron pressured the mid lane turret so much, they gave Alter Ego an option. You want to go for the bottom turret? Sure, but we're going to trade that for the mid turret, and eventually Alter Ego were forced to rotate, and they were late to the party. 2.4k gold for Bigatron, and they're still taking over the jungle, stealing away all the resources. If Alter Ego can't get control here and try and make the fights a bit more organized, it's going to be so difficult because at this point, Super Ken is going for a Thunder Belt, a very unique build we haven't seen in a while, but that gives this Benedetta a bit more tankiness and a bit more scaling into the late game.
Also a lot of damage, right? The true damage Thunder Belt gives also has value for Super Ken.
And also a more dynamic approach to team fight. You can just go in with the eye for an eye, or maybe just start the team fight with the electrifying blow, but Super Ken getting low here, but still gets out.
Mid lane though, so annoying in the front side or the mid side. It seems like they want the mid. Alter Ego though, they will be able to defend this time.
Rashi, this composition from Pikachu and Alpha. Oh, Nino might be in trouble here.
Stunned up, blocked by the barrier. Still though, still able to tank all the damage. Iman steps in to execute Nino.
Too much damage taken without any traded back. Alter Ego left Nino all the way in the back when he still was forced to use everything, but Owen!
Flicker implosion, the damage isn't there. Now Niall on the backside trying to look for key. Super Ken, final blow, and Bondo finds a kill. Highs next on the chopping block. Brilliance to get away, and Pinkertron finds another trade.
The youngin looking a bit too hot-headed. Owen with that concealed play might be a little bit too early, and just countered right away from the vet from Key. this is the welcome to MPL ID moment for him.
Alter do not have burst damage and AoE combo to really take full value out of the implosion. It's always meant to be a stalling tool to allow Highs and Nile in the backline and Roundel to just output their damage. They need it again to play around the Hylas. Nino is the key for this composition to work. If he doesn't stay in the front line and absorb the damage like he did earlier, it's gonna be a bit too difficult. But when he is targeted, Alter needs to back him up.
Nino being again so annoying the front lines. Last time though, he was punished. Alter Ego this time has more reinforcements. Now conceal. Mikey looking to open more bushes. Oh, stunned. Shaman Force pops. Nino receiving a lot of damage now with the pull as well. Nino might be punished for the second time. And Amon will secure it again. Highs and friends looking to find a trade. Too desperate perhaps now, jumping in into a 5-man Bigatron members, and Amon collects the double.
Oh my goodness, Super Luke though. Actually, they don't want to go for anything just yet more because the HP bars is gone for Bigatron Alpha, but Super Ken is still in the vicinity trying to take the Lord.
He can kind of try and regen from it as well, but there's no need for Bigatron to risk this. The wave on the bottom side is still pushing in their favor, but Super Ken is really committing onto this. They see that Alter Ego are abandoning it and they go straight for that Lord. A great take by Bigatron, but the team fighting is just levels beyond, man. Alter Ego need to try and get synergized. Nino keeps getting left out and he keeps getting picked off before the fight even concludes. You can't let that happen.
Yeah. Talk about systematic gameplay, man. Look at the KDAs for Eman, for Luke and Moreno. They know where to bank on those gold to. It's Eman, the carry, but also the Barracan Hunter as well, so he's gonna be popping off in this late stage of a game.
Very good. Very good. Now it's Lord marching in the mid. Alter Ego. This is technically the first Lord though, so it will not charge. Though they will sacrifice that mid inner. Bigatron waiting for Luke's opening. There you go. I'm offended on towards Nino. No damage just yet though. Alter Ego trying to hold on and defend their last 3 remaining turrets.
The mobility by Bigatron. Literally everyone except for Key can back away, and even Key. Against the Zask, against the Hylos, the slow is usually such a big problem, such a big issue, but not for the Glock. Super Kendo going in alone.
Very, very risky. Alter Ego handled it well. They have defended their 3, but if the bottom side is actually taken down.
Wow.
So that's a win for Bigatron.
Now we're kind of questioning the Tigreal pick Arashi here because there's 2 Purifies. Key technically has a built-in Purify. Super Ken also. Meanwhile, Super Luke, when he's there, he can cancel it out.
Yeah.
Cancel the engage from Owen. Now that Tigreal is much harder for him to make a play at this point.
He needs to play as a counter engager.
Now Super Luke.
Now Super Luke though, showing off. Owen, catches a glimpse of Key right here, but he's gonna do nothing. And he can do nothing because of the power of nature. But look at Moreno.
Oh my god.
The usual Moreno, moving forwards, unconcerned about the kind of throwback, the kind of damage that Alter Ego can kind of respond with. Super Luke with the brute force though. Again, even more mobility. Every single time a fight begins, they kite back and forth. And because they are Alter Ego are trying to actually secure the fight, you can see Nino, Roundel, Nile walking forward so desperately, getting slowed, taking damage, and eventually they get picked off. And that means that the backline are always forced to fight without protection, without coverage from the implosion, from the glorious pathway either.
You can see the hesitation from Alter Ego's team right now. It looks like the robots put a firewall around the base and they really cannot get out, cannot decode what Bigatron Alpha has. And right now, like, what can they do at this point? Just hanging out in the base?
Even if they want to try and go for pickoffs here, with the Thunderbolt and the Athena for the Benedetta, with the Queen's Wings for Luke on the Ruby, with another Athena onto Key. These are all itemizations to try and mitigate burst damage, right? To mitigate the pickoff potential. If they have to beat Bigatron, it will have to be in a long, drawn-out fight. And the thing is, Bigatron will not give that to Alter Ego for free. As Moreno tries to poke around, but look at Nino once again, so far ahead from the rest of them, as the Lord gets snuck away.
Yep, really nothing you can do when you have that front line in front of you.
8,000 gold lead as well.
Yeah, and Super Luke Arashi, just like a Super Luke true fashion,
we saw this guy on Trizla building War X to a Queen's Wings. And even in the Ruby, it's still the same. He wants to kind of make those outplays, using that spell fams to make those TikTok plays, man.
It's also the fact that there's a lack of burst damage technically for Alter Ego right now. Heis is the only one that can kind of, serve as burst damage. So for the most part, he knows he can sustain from the initial damage and sustain back up to full in the midst of a crazy team fight. With the Lord coming in, look at the wave management. Everything's gonna crash together at the same time, and Moreno doing classic Moreno things.
Does Alter Ego have enough firepower to defend this push? Super 10 jumping in. Good ball on towards Nino and say goodbye to Nino yet again. Oh, with a flicker implosion, but canceled out by Luke. Now Luke will fall. It's a 1-for-1, but the Lord is still up. Super 10 finds a kill. The Lord will do the job as Bigatron looks to end the game. But Alter Ego, they need to clear the mid wave to stay alive. Niall tries to kill on towards King, but punished by Moreno. Base wide open. Bigatron Alpha takes game 1. Super systematic gameplay here from Bigatron Alpha. It doesn't look like they were super dominating, like Onyx just ran through everybody. But the fact that they were taking it slow, just choking Alter Ego on their base. What a game. What a display of skills by these 5 men.
A great show of decision making, if anything, for Bigatron. Not a single time did they slip up and give Alter Ego literally anything they could have used to try and stage a comeback. The engages stalled off. The counter engages denied. The pickoff potential mitigated by items. The map control impeccable. Bigatron, they seem so much farther up in skill. Alter Ego, they gotta do something drastic, because otherwise this is a very easy 2-0.
Ooh, very significant win, and very sound win as well, right? The snowball was there, man. And look at that last fight. Like, even when we saw the implosion connecting on towards like 3 or 4 people, like, there's no panic at all, because we know that they're able to get away with the Purifies, with the cancel, with the CCs coming in from Super Luke. This is a valiant effort by Niall, but at the end of the day, it's just too far at that point.
I mean, even look at how they were approaching that fight. They used the Grok that was kind of low as bait. The only member low enough for the Roger to execute was the Grok, and they're saying, sure, take the Grok out, because we'll take you out and end the game if you do so. It's moments like that that's so subtle that Bigatron really used to get all the advantages and just get into the heads of their opponents.
And I guess the draft also has to do with this game as well, right? Because when you look at the Alter Ego's composition, Arashi, the way they're, gonna approach the team fight, it's quite predictable. It's a implosion by Owen, a flicker, and you really have all the answers for that. Meanwhile, on Bigatron's side, you have Super can technically engage the fight. You have Moreno who can technically use the IMU to still out the implosion, and even Key, and also Super Luke. The dynamic gameplay of Bigatron Alpha.
But Alter Ego had potential right there, because you're talking about Owen's engage being mitigated. True, very cool, but where was the synergy? Even with the Glorious Pathway, you're gonna be forced to run through the rotation, the dispersion from the Lo Yi, and that's a lot of damage. I don't know about this, man. I feel like Bigatron once again has outdone Alter Ego when it comes to the draft.
Coach Fura working wonders for Bigatron Alpha, and look at that early to mid game potential, 8.4 against 6.4 late game. Even the draft index also favor BTR, so there's really no time for Alter Ego when they won the game. Lineup rating, look at that, 8.4 and 4.9. Wow, the draft index really doesn't like Alter Ego's draft, man. But let's see though, anything can happen in the Land of Dawn, especially in the Chaos Derby. A lot of rivalries here. Is it gonna be Super Luke or Niall taking the second game and the match? It is Alter Ego versus Bigatron Alpha. Land of Dawn, here we go. Will again Alter Ego find their footing here in the second game, or will it be Bigatron just hammering down and take the series?
In the early game, again, the clear favors Niall, but for both roamers, I believe the mid lane is where they have their sights on, right? Making sure that the mid lane has more impact, and you can see it, the 2v2, but look at that damage. Owlet And the low Yi.
Now it's gonna be very crazy here.
Oh.
Roundel and Owen receiving a lot of damage, still managed to keep hold on towards that spell though.
That's happy feet coming in from Owen to juke the dispersions coming in from Moreno. But the level 1, level 2 is a bit too dangerous, man. I don't think Alter Ego should try and go for it at all. But they actually are able to secure the little. Looking at the emblems by Indiho, that level of blood and firmness for Super Luke. Once again, gonna be very sustainable. But it's a bargain hunter for the Harrods, for Eman. He's trying to snowball hard right here. And with the basic emblem and the Master Assassin, Ice is just trying to survive and hold his own as long as possible.
Yeah, man, but you know, anything can happen once again in the Land of Dawn. We saw Moskov actually winning a lane against a Harrod, Aaron Shiki against Brands, and Aaron Shiki called out Brands for losing lane 3 times. But right now, look at that. Purifier already expended for Moreno, so good job for Owen there. Try to just be aggressive in the early game.
No Purify here for Moreno in top lane though. Super Luke trying to clear to get level 4 ASAP. And Roundel and Nino here, both trying to give some sort of pressure. And Turtle is up.
Gonna clear and get the level 4 before Super Luke as well. They know that Super Luke is the guy to make plays, especially the neutral objective. But look at this. The minion was stuck on the turret for a bit too long. Now Bigatron can match that level 4 advantage. But look at the moves from Owen. Going deep already, trying to deny Super Ken from taking the purple buff.
Not level 4 though, so he needs that implosion to be practically threatening. Now Roundel on the backside. Oh wow. See here, Owen waiting for that level 4. Nino charges onto his Ski, who is quite low. Now the Turtle completely controlled, and now Last Insanity towards top lane. Oh! Now finds the Turtle. Now it's gonna be a first blood for Ski. Owen finds it. Super Luke in the backside, stunned up, damage received, but is alive. Alter Ego takes the kill and the Turtle.
Looking good, Alter Ego, getting the Turtle, also 2 kills on towards the robot. Things are going really well in the early game after the initial engage from the rookie Owen.
Goes in for the implosion, lands it on 2 members. The great start for Alter Ego. Even getting the retribution advantage, knowing that the X-Borg can go without crowd control, but doesn't really have a lot of burst damage to secure the turtle or the buff. So right there now has an advantage with the Roger, and they definitely capitalized on it immediately. Alter Ego though now just controlling, waiting around here, not really setting up for anything too aggressive when it comes to dive. It's almost like they respect the mobility, the rotations coming in from Bigatron.
Ooh, Derby SDM or Chaos Derby. Audience prediction is favoring just a sliver of percentage there, 53 against 47. A lot of Alter Ego or Alter Champs here in the building in MPL Arena. And also a lot of fun here in Kiria Discord. Just join the Discord on that QR code.
Or at fandx.io/Kiria. Now for Alter Ego, they're still using this mid lane trio to try and get something around. For Bigatron, they haven't been able to use the diversion play just yet. They might be waiting for a couple of item power spikes. With the Enchanted Talisman available for Moreno though, you can expect a lot of spells to be thrown out in the midst of the fight. And the low cooldown definitely makes things a bit more difficult for the side of Alter Ego.
Okay, Super Ken didn't really, not only favoring towards War X meanwhile though, gotta use the Last Insanity to get away, and he really respects the amount of damage Alter Ego can expend, right? Because the fact that he goes for, I believe he's gonna go for Brute Force Breastplate first item instead of the War Axe, the usual item for export.
Maybe. With that, right, Last Insanity is on cooldown, so that's a green light for Alter Ego to really claim control on that Turtle. Nino, though, receives a lot of damage. Terrified Key! Oh my God! That's a huge implosion by Owen, and Alter Ego, they crash on towards Bigatron Alpha 1 by 1, and Super Ken will fall as well. Bigatron Alpha losing grasp.
And also Nile with an extra bit of spice. The recalls towards the member, towards Super Luke. It is personal in the Land of Dawn.
Man, Bigatron, they're just falling short here when it comes to this team fight. And again, they're not really making use of that massive advantage they have in the macro game. On the bright side though for them, Eman is left relatively untouched, but Alter Ego are getting advantages everywhere else. Already a 2.3k gold lead. If this continues, that advantage is going to spill over to the gold lane as well. And you can see Owen and Roundel already setting up for some kind of play, some kind of dive. But Key is close behind Eman, trying to shadow him, making sure that he does not get dove on. In the grand scheme of things, no turret taken down just yet. Even on the top side there, Luke is able to save that turret with a sliver of HP.
The item from Nino, this is an interesting item. First, I believe first item, Oracle for the Hylas. Something that you don't really see very often, but with the healing.
But it makes sense. On towards it. Come on. Shaun Force. They're forced. And the Purify as well. Will Bigatron Alpha fight without Eman? I don't think so. Alter Ego though, they know. Niall finds the backside. Oh, implosion again towards Key and Super Ken. Now Owen falls first.
Oh.
The damage is there, but Nino from the flanks looking for the kill. Roundel finds it. Niall looking for the backside, but it is actually Niall finding Super Luke. Again, Nino falls as Eman finds the kill. It's an all-out war. It's the Chaos Derby as Niall finds the triple.
Oh my goodness gracious! With the Sea of Anvil recalls as well. Niall, a statement team fight just now. 5-0-1. This guy is snowballing out of his mind.
Even the bottom turret falling to the side of Altrigo. Bigatron are back though. Final slash onto Owen won't be enough.
It's going to be Roundo here trying to stabilize the team as well as Owen. But again, Alter Ego, 7 minutes in, established a 3,500 gold lead.
Pretty good lead to build on in this mid-game though. But once again, Tarashi, we saw this happen a lot of time when you have the Moskov. They don't have a Moskov. You have a export, you have a Loi. This wave clear is more than enough in that kind of situation where they have to defend the inhibitor turrets.
It's just the damage, the burst available to Alter Ego right here. Again, once they're tanking those items available for Key, for Super Ken, this might be a different story. But for now, Nino is just way too aggressive. Glorious pathways onto Moreno.
Yep, Nino now again. Wow, he's a standing tree. He's a big tree now. Not a big tree in game 1, but seems like in game 2, he's that tree.
I like the way that Nino played the Hylas, the fact that he was very confident to go for Moreno because he knows that he's not a Purify.
He knows he can go aggressively and he has outplay tools available. But for now, it's still just a scaling game, a waiting game. Later on, once they reach the base of Bigatron, it's going to be an issue for Alter Ego to engage. But if they're keeping the goal lead so high...
Flicker implosion, and Key will fall now on the backside. Nino looking for that flag. Go! Blazing duets by Highs, trying to obliterate members, but actually Niall caught under the turret. Shut down for Niall. Now Nino will fall as well. Bigatron Alpha answering back to the divergent play. Finds the man! Oh, the call out is huge! And Moreno finds the kill. Roundo will be able to escape, but Bigatron Alpha finds a great trade.
I was gonna say that so far in this game, the way that Moreno used the diversion is just non-existent. It's like Richie on that Yumoyi. But right away, a big diversion, Arashi.
He's been using it defensively to try and get out of tough situations earlier. But with that play, man, they really completely caught Alter Ego off guard. Alter Ego were doing so well. Unfortunately for them, they dove the turret. They did not set up on time and they didn't prioritize to save the right heroes. Eman and Moreno were just dishing out damage as Super Luke was stalling everyone again and again. Now Bigatron Alpha is caught up and the Lord is coming up. Alter Ego, they gotta pick their cards wisely here.
That might be the game-defining moment in like 10 minutes. But man, there was a silencer, man. The crowd was so crazy behind us. The Ultra Champs were going crazy. Whew. Final slash for Key, but didn't really translate to anything. But yeah, Ultra Champs was just talking a lot of mad trash, man. Even against Bigatron fans. But the silencer, that play, completely negates the tempo for Alter Ego. And right now, it's only 600 gold lead.
Yeah, diminished, neutralized completely. It's a fair game, 50-50. Now Nino, though, will stun Key. Seems like Roundo and friends, they are still confident in taking a fight. Lord will be resetted, though.
Interesting.
Oh, Nino will fall, okay. Will fall to the front side. Owen receives a lot of damage here. Careful, Niall blitz the Lord. And they will disengage as Bigatron Alpha. They have failed to find to retake. Diversion play! Again, Moreno effect in full effect. Now Alter Ego formations They are slowly crumbling down as Amon finds another. Now the backside finds a kill as well. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Chaos Derby.
Nile runs away with 2 kills, and the whole team is still chasing them with Owen trying to peel for them. But they were able to get away, and the Lord is theirs.
They want more. They want more, but they have to take care of the Lord. Oh! Flicker on my friend, they're connecting as Amon bursts Nile down.
Super Luke, it was personal, man. He's not gonna let Nile get away with a highway robbery. This is your punishment.
They're able to actually take the Lord, but they get punished painfully for it. Alter Ego, with the Lord getting cleared immediately. There's a wave on the top side, but can they pressure enough? Because Bigatron immediately are grouping together. They want more.
They don't care about objectives, man. They just want to fight. Let's see here. If the window is available for either of teams, they will definitely take it.
Oh man, look at the goal, Arashi. There was a losing Lord. Surprisingly, for Alter Ego, they get the Lord, but the goal right now is towards BTS favor.
Let's look at the in-game equipment by YouKnowMeGaming right here, where Amon has reached the Holy Crystal power spike. That's why you're seeing this damage coming through. He needs to be focused down if Alter Ego wants to get the same kind of dominance. Looking at the itemization coming in from Nino, as opposed to the previous game, it's still the Oracle, like you mentioned, Shevin. He wants all that regeneration to be so annoying with the Revitalize. And now look at this. Owen getting chased down. Only with the Dominance Ice, he's going to be vulnerable.
Best to thick and seal, but does not find the mark. See here, Alter Ego and Bigatron still a fair game. 50-50 here, minute 12.
Man, how do you counter that diversion, man? Because so far, it's really out of nowhere. 2 times Morena did it, and Alter Ego definitely didn't expect that. How do you strategize against this, Rashi? And right away! Oh. Okay, this one is not gonna be...
It got spotted out.
Anything, yeah.
It's a scouting diversion. But for Bigatron, the fact that they're using the diversion actively, right? Instead of using it to hide, to get in position, they're using it to immediately jump on someone. And that's a new approach. We haven't seen the Lord Yi show up because of the changes to that ultimate, but Bigatron are making it work. Now setting up on the far side of the map, trying to get something before the turtle, the next Lord is up in 20 seconds right here. You can see Super Luke being in the front line with the Queen's Wings. He knows. If he gets jumped on, he will have time to buy for his teammates to come in.
Oh, good roll. Super Kin now receives some sort of damage there. Still okay, still has armor. And yeah, both teams not willing to find a risky play here, knowing that the Lord is up.
Wait, the wave wasn't cleared on the bottom side right there. Left by Nino, does some damage. Now Bigatron are playing that Lord dance once more. Like you mentioned, Shevin, the purifies on the backline members, something that Alter Ego don't really have a solution to. They have to find ways to send Nile all the way in the back line.
See here, Amon looking to reposition towards the top side. Not showing on the map now. And, well, he wants to clear. Nino now might be a prime target for Bigatron. Conceal play. They want to fight now. It's very chaotic. Oh, he finds the play! Amon! Just free hitting the backside. Finds a double. He will be the trade. But now Nile looking for Amon. The jukes from Amon was huge. And now Moreno. Moreno effects. Oh, he will not commit it. So now the Lord should be in Bigatron's favor.
Yeah, that was kind of a weird engage from Owen, man. He went for the frontliner for Super Luke that somehow still survives after that whole all ends for Alter Ego.
Owen was trying to get a massive play right there, but he gets stunned by the yin-yang effect, the passive of the Lo Yi, and that kind of ruined everything. The whole pacing of that engage completely got denied. Bigatron, by putting their members, their backline, by protecting them, putting them behind a wall, a literal wall in the Land of Dawn, they were able to get such a decisive fight. And with the gold swing immediately going to Bigatron, with a Lord in tower as well, Alter Ego, they have lost control completely.
Also, concentrated energy, an item that Eman didn't build in the first game. Like, what's different in this game that he decided to build it, Arashi?
In this game, it's a lot more competitive, and there are a lot more ways for Alter Ego to be a real threat to Eman on the Harith, with the Valentina dashing around, with the Roger as well. So he just goes for something a bit more conservative. Now though, ooh, I'm offended.
On towards Nino though. Now Alter Ego will try to stabilize here, but I'm sure they will sacrifice all the inner turrets, leaving the base turrets in play. Super Ken will have the armor still. So now Alter Ego turtling in their base. Lord still watching bottom side of the map. Now secures that Malefic Roar. So maybe with the penetration, I think they have enough firepower here as well. Alongside with Roundel to defend this one.
Lord comes in though, pressure on the turret, Luke goes on Owen.
Yep, I'm offended. On towards Owen has the immortality. And now Alter Ego, they prioritize the Lord's first as Amon in the backside. Healing some sort of massive damage and highs. Caught in the crossfire. And now the Lord taking down the mid turret will fall as well. As Alter Ego, how will they defend this 5v4 without highs? I'm offended! Super Luke finds the opening. That one is for Geek. Let's see Alter Ego. Can they defend as 5 men from Bigatron? All out, last insanity desperately. As Owen falls, Roundel flickers out. But the base wide open, I'm offended again towards Nino, and one by one, they want bodies, not the base, as Roundel looking to a defense, but no, it will be all for naught, as Bigatron Alpha, they have won a clean sweep. With an extra spice as well, 5-man recalls in front of the base of Alter Ego.
Hey.
The shrug from Super Luke. This is all you got, Niall? This is all that amounts to? Give me more!
It just wasn't enough. Alter Ego, they got control in the early game, but they forgot that the robots are programmed to win. And until you destroy the crystal, they keep on fighting back.
My goodness. We thought the game was slipping away from them, but Moreno with the diversions just came right out of nowhere. Very systematic. The codes. Cannot be decoded by the Alter Ego. And Super Luke has the last laugh against Niall. That Michael Jordan shrug, man. I'm that good, man. I am that good.
Even Moreno striking his signature pose. Casual day in the office for Bigatron.
Hey.
It is what it is.
Name a better trio. Oh, wow. That's all I can say.
Naruto, Sasuke, and Sakura.
No.
No. The trio mid is just insane, man. Bigatron, how do you stop them? Even when you start snowballing, even when you've made amends, the amount of patience and discipline they had to really drag the game out to the late game, to wait for that one moment. It's a great display of just game understanding. Let's take a look again at this moment where Eman out of nowhere just goes in, and Highs was not expecting that. Doesn't respect the burst damage potential. And with that engage, you can see Moreno and Eman just going to town, doing all the damage in the back line.
That mechanically sound lineup, man. The 2 winning plays at the end of the game was a 1v5 Saman Force and also a flicker. I'm offended. You wanna see this in season 13 because Super Luke right now is the new addition, the new robots in Bigatron Alpha. But we're gonna see what they have to say after that win with Bude Clara on the stage. Take it away.
Yes, berhasil! Mereka berhasil mendapatkan kemenangan dengan 2-0. Hore! Dengan gaya baru Moreno. Apa ini tadi?
Wah,
Gaya baru tuh kayaknya tadi buat Moreno.
ngikutin katanya El Hylos,
Apa itu?
El Nino. Ini fokus. Ini dia santai. Itu sabar. Jadi fokus, santai, sabar.
Fokus Anda sabar, itu. Tapi kamu lagi emang mengeksplorasi berbagai gaya kayaknya ya.
Kebetulan begitu.
Kebetulan begitu.
Khusus buat alter ego. Kata dia.
Kenapa tuh khusus? Kenapa khusus buat alter ego?
Dia ngomong, sumpah.
Iya kenapa sih Ki? Apa
Enggak.
nih di Derby STM ini? Ada apa?
Kan udah nggak ada temen lama aku kan, jadi sekarang derby STM-nya ke Luke sama Nail sih sebenarnya.
Oh, jadi agak sedikit berbeda ya untuk Derby STM untuk
Ya.
Ki sendiri. Dan sekarang berfokusnya ke Luke dan Nail.
Luke dan Nail.
Luke dan Nail.
Spesial mereka berdua.
Spesial Luke dan Nail. Luke-nya kita bisa ngobrol nih di sini. Luke, bagaimana derby STM pertamamu?
Seru sih.
Seru.
Seru.
Ini akhirnya kan kamu masuk ke dalam derby yang biasanya rame banget, seru banget, dan pada akhirnya kamu merasakan dan ini adalah match yang kamu nantikan.
Ya.
Sesuai
Panas aja sih, Bude.
Hah?
Panas aja sih.
Apa tuh? Kenapa tuh?
Nggak ada sih.
Oh, panas.
Seru aja tapi.
Oh, panas karena ini derby STM seru.
Iya, itu.
Dan bagaimana kamu berhadapan dengan mantanmu tadi, dengan Nael?
Jago sih Roger ya.
Jago.
Iya.
Kok gak bisa menang tadi kalau jago?
Kurang jago tapi kayaknya. Jago tapi kurang jago.
Jago tapi kurang jago. Oke, ada di mana tuh posisinya berarti?
Ya lumayan lah. Lumayan aja.
Jago kurang jago. Lumayan untuk Nael. Berarti
Ya.
Nael di alter ego baru lumayan nih.
Ya kan masih baru juga kan dia.
Oke, berarti ini belum Nael yang kamu kenal?
Belum. Kalau belum begini belum. Belum.
Hello.
Ya. Kalau udah begini baru kenal tuh.
Oke, kita tunggu ya, akankah begini atau tidak. Tapi memang menarik, banyak sekali perubahan yang terjadi di alter ego. Dan as we can see, your opponent, Eman, Nino is not playing as your gold laner opponent anymore. How do you see Nino changing the role?
All the attention away, and that allows for space for the roamer, for the Ruby here to make a play. On the other side though, with a troll, there's a lot of chance for Fnatic Onyx to kind of win in the mid lane clearing and open up the map with the mobility that the troll provides.
Once again, early to mid-game potential, Gani.
Yeah, it's very, very, very blunt here. Very, very significant. And well, take us to the land of Dawn.
RQ lost the last 3 matches against Onyx. A full-on 2-0. Can they finally somehow topple the Sky Kings from their own domain? Can they change history here? Can they complete the rebuild? It is Rex Recompion versus Fnatic Onyx.
Ladies and gentlemen, let's see the Royal Derby, Volume 1 in MPL ID Season 14. Wow, and that Thamisvic, it's good in countering the Claude as well. With the Vengeance and the ult, yeah, he can eat all of the bullets from that Blazing Duet.
See the moves coming in from Edok though, trying to spot out Albert in the jungle. He's going to be having an okay time, but look at the clear difference from Susujin. He's farming a lot more efficiently, and in the mid lane, as predicted, Keyboard and Sons maybe struggling a bit more when it comes to the small, quick trades that the laners of RRQ can kind of participate in. The Litho, though, falls very easily to the hands of Fnatic Onyx. Susujin ain't contesting it at all.
And also a cheeky move right there from Sans, erasing that spawn right away. But look at the emblem Sarashi here by IndieHome, by Telkomsel. Something that you want to point out.
Wilderness Blessing for Edok and Rin, so they want to be around the map as predicted. But the Inspire coming in for both the Valentina and the Hereth, both trying to make sure that they have the rotations of spells enough to actually make a difference. But look at this play though.
Oh, Shadow kill, RNG, but the squad Shadow will find the mark for Sans, executing the mid laner. Rins will fall. Now Sitsujin looking for that trade, finds it. It's a 1-for-1, both mid laners taken out.
Both junglers coming in hot in the first 2 minutes, taking a kill for their team. But that is the aggressiveness that a Hayabusa user should have in the early game, Rashi. Once you hit level 4, it's time to hit on the mid lane.
Ideally, you go for that. You go for the solo pickup because it's a shorter lane with less minions. But man, that was a quick move by Syzygy to kind of equalize the situation. Turtle popping up right here, and Dyron having all the pressure in the lane. RRQ might be able to get this one very easily.
Here, yeah, it seems like RQ, they have way more control on that turtle spit. It seems like now Albert quite low, Shadow kill onto it, Hira flickers out, and Syzygy will secure the turtle. Lupi quite low, looking for an escape route, but Byron is there with the Vengeance popped as well. Now Lupi will fall, Sans is next on the chopping block, Dyron secures it. 2 kills and the turtle for RQ.
Oh man, who would have thought? The Sky Kings right now is falling down from the sky. The King of Kings showing that they belong in this league. The rebuild is looking pretty good in the first 3 minutes. But the question is, can they make it for like 15 minutes or maybe winning it out against Onyx.
The late game is what we have to wait and see, but early on, that's a great play. Using Dairon's pressure and directing it almost exclusively at Sans, making sure they shut down that mid lane power of Onyx. But look at Keyboy, eyeing for a cheeky play right here, but with Edok around, might get spotted out.
Yeah, Skylar has the Purify as well, right? So technically, Skylar is a-okay with that Purify still active. Albert though, already in the bush.
Teleportation.
Looking for a cheeky opening here. But no, both teams here just airing it, I guess, waiting for the right time.
Teleportation by Gopay here. It's actually a tie between the talents with Arashi, just as usual. Going for RRQ 2-1 Arashi. Why not 2-0?
I believe Onyx ain't that weak that you can expect a 2-0. I feel like Coach Jeff will be able to find a winning solution at one of these games. I do hope RRQ comes out on top though. But for now, it's looking really good for RRQ, but it's not over. Because for Fnatic Onyx, that late game, right? The fact that they have a Cho to try and make plays with, you never know what can happen. But Dairon on the timers for sure is having a lot more pressure, and that's usually not a good sign. Onyx usually wants to have Lutpi as that reliable strong laner, but they don't have access to that in this game.
Talking about the reliable strong laner, Dairon actually secured a Thunderbelt first item Arashi, so he expects himself to play until the late game and second up. Meanwhile though, Lutpi might be in trouble here, already half HP. You can see how annoying Dairon on the Thomas, knowing what the potential of this hero is. That's his job, to zone out the people.
Look at the rotation immediately from Dairon though to try and match the play. Keyboy spots Rins though.
Now look, let's take a look here. Red Dragon connects on towards Eagle, now placing duets as well. No follow-up damage though as Lutpi flickers front and should be taken out by Skylar. And that will be all RRQ. Careful, Albert's caught as well. Things are not looking good for Fnatic Onyx.
Wow, Rinsrick calling against Keyboy and Sans. That is a statement right there. I might be a rookie, but you know, I can be the best if you want me to be.
Oh, it's a crazy play by Edok, I believe, to find Albert mid-play attempt. That's gonna be the turtle, the fight, and the turret. Fnatic Onyx completely blindsided by that play.
Right now, Skylar, even he on that carrot is expected to win the lane, and he did win the lane. So 2 winning lanes plus that rotation, that mid trio is also won by RRQ. They're losing in all aspects, Arashi.
And what can they do right here? They're trying to find ways to try and hit back. But look at the in-game equipment by Dunia Games. Enchantment Talisman completed. Starlium for Skylar too, so true damage is already in the picture. And as you mentioned, Shevin, Dairon with the Thunderbelt, he has a lot of extra slows when it comes down to the chase in the late game. And of course, he's going to be stacking up the stacks of the Thunderbelt and become tankier than ever. So he can serve as both aggressive and defensive tools for RRQ.
And it's not just Dairon as well. Albert or Sutsujin is actually on his way towards a Thunderbelt, but Rins though might be in trouble here. Still has a Purify, but doesn't matter.
With the Purify, it doesn't matter. Now on top lane though, Albert will secure and invest. If he's racing to end up, pops the way. Oh! Skylar will fall into the hands of Keyboy, but Albert will be the trade by Sutsujin. Now Edo quite low as Sans with the double D finds that kill.
Completely caught off guard, RRQ. They lost one person walking into the bush. Having the Purify, Rins just did not respect the damage potential right there. Sutsujin trying to defend 1v3. Looks like he will be able to do so, but with 15 seconds left for the next objective, Dairon is prepared to make that rotation and out-pressure Fnatic Onyx. They do have time to approach the situation. There's no way Fnatic Onyx can burst it down. They don't have the kind of items to try and do that just yet. But they're absolutely striking back. RRQ needs to make sure that they don't make mistakes and allow Fnatic Onyx the small windows because they're used to it and they will take complete advantage of it.
Yeah, see right here, the last turtle is up. It seems like Lutpi is okay in taking some sort of damage as well, providing vision. And RRQ though, well, will they take the perfect turtle this game? Fnatic Onyx will not rush the turtle just yet.
Yeah, Onyx seems like, at least in MPL Indonesia, you really never count them out. They've did this multiple times when the game looks like it's really far from their hands, but somehow they snatch it right away from their opponents. So RRQ will not be able to, you know, pop the brakes just yet. has to perform, has to be aggressive as ever. And right now it's still a quiet game for the last 30 seconds, still flirting around the turtle.
And they're on the turtle. Luffy looking for an opening with the flicker as well. Split pops. Wave Dragon as well now. Looking for Sutsujin. Pulls him out of the way now. It's reset and Albert finds the shutdown. Now Keyboy will be next. 1-for-1. As Goal take a look at Edok. Receives a lot of damage. It's CW. Finds one and Albert will fall as well. Luffy. Switch. Whoa! Rims will burst him down. Edok will stun Sands and Skylar looking for a blood. But it seems like it will fail. And RRQ again, they find a better trade.
How? There was a really good engage coming in from Luffy, pretty much on towards the perfect target in Sutsujin, and somehow RRQ were able to come out on top from the initial engage.
It's the AoE coming in. It's Edok being able to stall everyone for so long. In the grand scheme of things, Fnatic Onyx were able to get the turret in the top side, I believe. Of RRQ, it's another win in their books, but they want to keep the game even further. They do have the more aggressive early game composition. They don't want to trade evenly against Fnatic Onyx and allow them to scale easily to the late game. They want to be the ones controlling it and denying Fnatic Onyx from the gold and from that EXP.
Now, Fnatic Onyx though, they have taken the turret bottom side. Equal amount of turrets. Whoa, what is it? Offended onwards, Sans, and he gets taken down now looking for the trade with the I'm offended as well. Oh, way of dragon by Keyboy. Will immobilize Sutsujin, but the damage be covered by Rins. Will claim the double.
Edok pretty much did everything there. The initial engage towards Sans to his death, and no Purify for this Zaz, so he is toast. And also the cover towards Sutsujin Arashi. That don't run Wolfking is huge on that mid turret.
Playmaking is all Edok, with the mid turret falling there. The fact that Sans is just getting so much attention in this game from RRQ shows their respect. It also shows that Fnatic Onyx, they were really reliant on Sans being able to make the plays happen. He's getting completely shut down right here. Look at this rotation now. Controlling the top side, taking all the farm, immediately prepping for a potential turret take and a Lord setup too. With Dyron available to open up the map on the way down, Fnatic Onyx, they're running out of options on how to punish the movement of RRQ.
Yeah, for sure, especially when you think about that Keyboy is a single target hero. Yes, the CC is huge. It is, you know, it has a long time, like it can control someone for a long time, but if it's only 2-1, RRQ has multiple DPS here. Rins can deal damage with the Dominus Descent. Sutsujin, the DPS, the main DPS I would say, for RRQ and Skylar. A lot of damage coming in from RRQ. Keyboy has to pick one out of all of them.
Skylar picked up the purple buff as well, if I'm mistaken.
Yep.
So man, that's already a great denial. Looking at the top side, CW, I think it has to be in his hands, right? If looking at the Radiant armors built up by the members of RRQ, they're immune to magic as Edok makes a play but does not land it.
Yeah, I'm offended already waste, and they want to fight now. Fnatic Onyx. Yeah, let's see here. Looking in the front side alongside Keyboy, but now in the backside, CW pops a blazing duet, finds Edok and finds another. Skylar will fall. He now will be the traded Albert. Out of all people, gets taken down as CW claims the double. As Sans as well in the backside. Now Sutsujin looking for a trade as he finds the triple. Looking for the maniac. Will he find the savage? Keyboy, where are you going? As Sutsujin, he's hungry and he finds the savage.
There's a reason his name is Sutsujin. It might not be Sutsujin, but it's killing all of Fnatic Onyx members. And MPL are divorced. You RRQ fans are hyped and pumped looking at their youth jungler Sutsujin.
With the recalls too against the Sky Kings. Might have been the first savage of the season. Sutsujin takes the Lord as well. RRQ, what a statement. Fnatic Onyx now has to defend against this Lord, and they don't have a lot of burst damage. The Zask, we've talked about this before, can't really defend that well against a Lord with how much ahead RRQ are right here. Seems like Fnatic Onyx will be trying to get what they can from the jungle, but they will soon be forced to back away.
Oh man, as I said, Arashi, they picked out pretty much every member of RRQ except Sutsujin. It was a pure 1v3. Keyboy can only choose one, and when you're, left leaving Sutsujin, who has like a 413 KDA in the first 12 minutes. You're gonna pay, even though it's like you have the numbers advantage.
I love to see the items right here, because that is what's going on. We saw earlier that the Blazing Duet from CW was the great equalizer. RRQ are focusing a lot on magical defense, and that DPS advantage they have will be coming from that Claude. But look at Edok, zoned away by the Nightmare Respawn. But look at the bottom turret. RRQ won't be able to take it just yet.
Now, RRQ, they will take their time here. No rush indeed. Lord March is still top side, and yeah, Fnatic Onyx will leave all the inner turrets to be taken down. Concealed play though by both roamers. Yeah, Keyboy looking for an opening, but the base top lane will fall. They will move on towards the mid as Fnatic Onyx will prioritize the Lord. Looking for the opening here, will be soaking some sort of damage, but now it will be two base turrets taken down. Fnatic Onyx, they want to fight here. Dyron caught, Vengeance popped. And now Fnatic Onyx looking to restabilize here as RRQ will not continue in pressuring.
Good discipline right there. Things that we love to see in MPL Indonesia, the discipline. Knowing when this time is right to make an engage, knowing when to back off, and RRQ for such a young team, for a team that has a lot of rookies, that was quite commendable.
It's great patience displayed by the whole roster, because earlier Edok was definitely looking for a play, tried to use the ammo bandit, not gets Keyboy though!
Keyboy, terrified, will fall in the hands of the newcomer Edok.
I'm saying this because it's because Keyboy. Usually, you see a perfect Shanpu to get out of that I'm offended, but somehow, Keyboy didn't manage to do that. Bit of an error for his standard.
They want to pressure more. The last remaining base turret will fall now. I'm offended on towards Lucky. Skylar will finish the job. 3v5 now as the Tyler actually will call CW caught now with a shadow kill as well. Forced RRQ to back away. 15 seconds towards the next Lord. So RRQ, all eyes on the Lord.
What the heck was that damage? Yeah. Skylar dashed forward, didn't even get to react. Immediately melted from Sans and Albert that came out of nowhere. A welcome development for Fnatic Onyx, but with no base turrets, with the Lord up now, they're going for a fight.
Yep, Fnatic Onyx, they're ready for a fight here, knowing Skylar is not in the land of Dawn. Seems like they will try to create some sort of an opening. Pressure Edok though will commit the recall, so Fnatic Onyx has more space to work around with though. They need to manage the waves as well.
Still though, you gotta remember, this is Fnatic Onyx. We're talking about a team that came back in the world stage from a 16,000 gold lead. This kind of lead, it is definitely something, but it's not impossible if we're thinking about Fnatic Onyx. And now, Lortic.
Yep, ED invested, Airborne 2, immobilized as well. Purify pops now in the backside.
Oh my goodness!
Looking for an opening, but monster kill here for Sutsujin and a double. Looking for a triple. Will he find it now? Keyboy and Sans running for the hills as Sutsujin, man! This is the Royal Derby. Zero Leo blazing the wet as Sutsujin will find the end. RRQ, my goodness! Are you not entertained? Who would have thought the King of Kings strike first against the Sky Kings? Oh my goodness, the Ripple is looking as strong as ever! Sutsujin getting the Savage, the first Savage of season number 14. Against who? Against Fnatic Onyx! How crazy is that?
1-0 for the Kings of Kings. An upset story in the making. A very premature conclusion to the rebuild of RRQ. Can they get it clean? Will Fnatic Onyx make it competitive? Either way, what a game we have in our hands.
This is just the first game, folks. And
look at
that. They silence the Sonics.
Look at that. Sutsujin first Savage in MPL Indonesia. Season 14 leads RRQ to victory in game number 1. And that poker face, Connie. You mentioned Baape. Mentioned that he was kind of like Lemon in a way that he's not really bothered by the pressure and also still keeping that poker face, that coldness. It's able to be consistently displayed in this game.
There was just no solution from Fnatic Onyx when Sutsujin is on the hunt. My lord, every single time he just runs forward against 3 members and it makes it look easy. Keyboy solo defending against 5 members. There's no way that was gonna happen.
Man, oh man. If you're an RRQ fan, especially if you come to MPL Arena, this game number 1 is already worth your money, man. And you can see how ecstatic they are after seeing that first win against the number 1 seed, the predicted number 1 seed in MPL Indonesia. And there's some beef here, man. This is a chef and sandwich. I'm gonna let you guys talk here.
Why are you smirking, Arashi?
It's just a great day to be an RRQ fan. That was a great
Is this the
performance,
best
man.
of 1?
Exactly.
Oh,
True.
Is this the best of 1? Last time I checked, it's the best of 3, Arashi.
True. But you can't help but smirk at the conclusion, right? That game was full of action for both teams.
Yeah.
Right, by all means. And I think Fnatic Onyx, it was looking kind of okay until one of the main fights you saw where it was just that close, but out of nowhere, Sutsujin became a one-man army. And I think that conclusion kind of swung everything in favor of RRQ. It's one of those later fights in the mid-game, actually, where you can see the damage output coming in. Especially with CW, he was, I think, the main solution there for damage dealing for the side of Fnatic Onyx. But unfortunately, he is just one man. And when Sutsujin, who was fed as he was, by the way, 7-1 already at this point, you can see that he was just 1v3 all the way. And Keyboy tried to make it difficult, but that Savage, the first Savage, falls into the hands of RRQ. Is that a premonition? Is the question everyone's asking about.
A deadly premonition, but that team fight was actually good for our Fnatic Onyx, right? They were able to get what they want, which is pretty much a 4-man wipe. But unfortunately, you left the man of the hour, Sutsujin, which is pretty much snowballing at that point. Fnatic Onyx somehow gets punished for something that they've won.
Here's the MVP presented by our official tournament smartphone, Samsung Galaxy Z Fold and Z Flip 6. It's Sutsujin, 12-1-7 against the Sky Kings on a Roger. Going for all the aggression, went for the Great Dragon Spear, knowing that these are some pesky, slippery little heroes that Fnatic Onyx have in their hands. Going for the Great Dragon Spear means that the chase is just insane, and we saw it. He was running marathons to secure the kills in that late game. It just comes down to the game plan, I feel like. And for RRQ, I feel like it just looks, it kind of falls into place a lot more neater compared to Fnatic Onyx. Here's some of the highlights by our official gold partner, Ube as Gold. In the early game, you saw Albert making the play happen, along with Sans, of course. Even Keyboy trying to get involved for good measure. But from there, Sutsujin, all the way from the beginning, knowing he has a level advantage, goes for the burst play. It's almost like it's a multi-layered, multi-purpose hero here to Roger. Does burst damage, does DPS, and also has a way to execute in the end. This was one of those fights where Onyx tried to turn it around, but everyone from RRQ were just in sync. They follow up on the play, they follow up to cover Sutsujin, and they came out on top right there.
I mean, based on game 1, I think they should ban the Ruby out, man. It's so value in the hands of E-Dog, and you can see here, the cover, the initiation is mostly because of E-Dog.
There you go. That Moonton one walking towards Albert as well. But Arashi, I just want to talk about something here. Do you think it's kind of a waste putting Sans on a Zask? A hero that's not really mobile, don't really have a lot of ceiling. It really relies on your teammate making a play, and it feels like throughout the whole game, Sans is just stripped naked from his potential.
I think he was just being focused down a lot more than he would be used to. You can see that every time there's a rotation, any kind of pick-up attempt, it's always onto Sans to try and punish the fact that he does not have a Purify either. And in this fight, you can see that Dyron, you gotta give him a shout-out, man. On the Timeless, he was dominant in the lane, and he was an absolute wall with that Vengeance in the front line. There's just not enough damage available to the whole roster of Fnatic Onyx to try and take that man down. If you're thinking about solutions here, if they focus Sutsujin, Skylar was still doing a lot of damage, and so was Rins. I feel like in the end there, you know that moment where Skylar got bursted down? That was Sans making a play with the Lightning Truncheon. He went for that itemization. Instead of going for full DPS, he wants some more burst damage to catch Skylar and maybe Rins off guard. But in the end, I think the adaptation from RRQ was just good enough, and they really did not make a lot of mistakes in that late game that Fnatic Onyx usually could use to try and stage a comeback. Looking again at the rest of the emblems here, Weapon Mastery for Sans, but he was still stuck on 3 items. As if you compare that to Rins on the Valentina, full items with the Winter Crown as well. You can see the same thing for Sutsujin. Already full items all the way from the beginning. He was level 15 when the members of Onyx were still at level 12, I think.
There was a huge disparity EXP-wise, gold-wise. And yeah, I mean, Sutsujin, what a performance. 12 kills. Man. At 900 gold per minute, by the way, as a jungler, not a gold laner. That is wild.
Well, yeah, it is possible, definitely, when you're playing with a Roger that has a savage.
Snowball
Yeah,
as well.
and Tyron actually, interesting itemization here. So pretty much a full tank with a single bow that's not really upgraded towards corrosive side Arashi. So he just wants to have that a little bit of attack speed stacking. But other than that, it's just tanking the front line.
And he went for very situational tanky items because he went for the Queen's Wings instead of more defensive stats because he knows, for the most part, he either wins in the 1v1 or he's going to get low enough that he can get full advantage out of the Queen's Wings. And in the later stages, it's even more important because he doesn't really go forward alone. Whenever he moves forward that aggressively, takes damage from 4 members, he knows that the whole team is trying to do something with that, right? The Lord, the team fight, and that was a big problem, man. And usually we see Lutpi being the main playmaker. When you're faced against a Thanos of that caliber, I feel like it was so difficult. Like you said, Shevin, he did find that play on the glue to go onto Sutsujin, but it just wasn't enough.
It feels like replicate that kind of performance against the newfound team of RRQ, the rebuilding RRQ. They completely stomped them in game number 1. Let's see the statistics from the draft. Early to mid-game potential for both teams is actually quite high, still favors towards RRQ, but that control ability from Fnatic Onyx, they excel with the CCs, and gotta watch out for it. But now, it is going to be a big question from Rex Regum K on RQ Hoshi. Is it a true rebuild? Can they finally topple the Sky Kings from their own domain? Can they stop the streak of the MPL wins? It is going to be RQ Hoshi versus Fnatic Onyx.
Will it be the rookies shining again in Game 2, or will the legends be able to equalize? Ladies and gentlemen, let's witness and find out.
It's gonna be a Julian up against a Nolan, so already quite an interesting development. When it comes to pure playmaking potential, I think Sutsujin has a bit of an edge right here. But Albert, we know the man has potential. But with Keyboy being on the Edith now, can he enable? Because you're seeing a lot of the attention actually move towards the gold laner here instead of the mid lane. That means that Wins most likely will have an advantage due to the level 2 power spike of the Lo Yi.
But yeah, once again, it is CW on the kind of a losing lane against her Roger. Gotta watch out for that first kill. If it connects, then it is gonna be a lot of damage, man. A single combo is gonna be like half HP or so. But emblems by InHome, by Telkomsel, Arashi, anything stands out?
Well, first of all, let's see how this plays out. CW forced it back away. But the emblems, no Festival of Blood built by Dyron. So I'm fully expecting a War Axe to try and help out with the sustain. And he has the agility to match the rotations. And on top of that, Skylar with the thrill with the Master Assassin and the Assassin emblem, he wants to get full control in that lane. So this might be a switch up from RRQ. They played along with the EXP lane a strong side in game number 1. Now they might flip it and play for the gold lane.
I saw that flicker coming, man. But that is a good play from Rins though, because like if he didn't flicker, he might get punished.
Yeah, either Keyboy was two-heading him, right? Like bait the flicker and bait it, or yeah, I think it's a good start here for, I guess, Fnatic Onyx for that first turtle setup with Rins not having that flicker.
Well, the mind games begin here when you spam the Earth Shatter again and again. That's a quick take, by the way, by RRQ.
That's wild.
But again, when Keyboy spams the Earth Shatter at nothing again and again, it's only a matter of time before one of those turns into a flickered Earth Shatter. That is how the Edith operates. So Rins kind of tries to read into it, forced to use the flicker, but you know, better safe than sorry, I guess. But look at this diversion play!
Oh my god! Now you see him, now you don't again. The innovators doing work. Keyboy though will find Rins to quite able there. He's able to get out. So again, the mid duo in the mid and rogue doing work.
Man, it's still a W, even though there's a trade there towards Rins. It's a purple buff plus Albert. Hasn't that so far been well, though, Keyboy?
I'm offended.
Oh my god!
Will do harm on towards Keyboy. He committed the flicker as well, and that's an L. Albert now caught as well. 2v1. Oh, the burst damage is there. Sutsujin picks up the Hunter Strike as well.
That was a flicker. Don't know Wolf King from Edok. This guy, when you talk about aggression, he is flickering even without the ultimate on the Ruby, man. What a great fit for RRQ if they want to go for these early game strats. Now Sutsujin is level 7 and Albert is level 5. They're completely trying to deny his jungle, and look at him. Going into the jungle, not finding anything when the diversion comes in.
Raising duet on towards E-Dog. Tyler, will fall. As now, let's see, Fnatic Onyx looking for a trade. CW gets taken down as Dyren caught airborne. Dyren so sustainable enough to get out to Jin. Looking for a kill on towards Woodby. Has damage. Recruit figures out, and Fnatic Onyx finally find a favorable trade.
Yeah, kind of like deja vu in game number 1. They will finally get a winning trade. But man, oh man, the first ever diversion that's kind of like went nowhere there for RRQ. Rins gotta be a bit more careful next time.
Definitely. When it comes to the engagement there, RRQ need to make sure they're the ones who start first. But fortunately for them, they'll be available for this next fight. And I don't know if they spot out Keyboy there, but he'll be backing away. And look at Dyren, trying to be a wall once more, but is he tanky enough? He's not a Thamus, and he does not run the Vengeance.
See though, the setup here, poked by Fnatic Onyx. Arlet. The damage is enough. All calls. Now technically Fnatic Onyx can't really fight Sans Flickers out of the way. Fnatic Onyx, they will concede the turtle area.
Man, again, Sans on the Zask Arashi. The potential of this guy is just pretty limited, especially when he's rocking that flicker once again against an Edok, against a Tyrant. It is very dangerous for him to be playing like this anymore.
Ooh, diversion playing. No one there though. Now let's see here. Keyboy finds a turtle. Placing duet to follow it up. Now Edok caught in a no man's land. Flickers out of the way. CW is still there though. Will not force the fight. Instead, they will move on towards the mid. Concealed play by Edok. Final slash does not connect. As Fnatic Onyx again, they see a no opening, so yeah, they will concede again on the pressure on towards that mid lane.
Great move by Keyboy to somehow find a steal onto that turtle, but that was a creative approach by RRQ as well, using the diversion for vision, sending out Edok and Dyren as kind of a zoning tool. Now it's back to the waiting game though, and Fnatic Onyx are always on their toes because they know at any moment a diversion play can happen. With Dyren picking up the War Axe though, now he has actually the sustain. In the previous team fight, he was so low because he was trying to heal up from the turtle, but without a festival of blood, it's not enough. With the War Axe, he's gonna be a legitimate threat here in the midst of a long fight.
Yep, MPL Indonesia Season 14, new record, first Savage by Sutsujin, the Satsujin. It's actually the first Savage since Suns for a jungler in Season 8. Ooh, now Keyboy, concealed play, didn't really convert to anything, but Fnatic Onyx.
Breaker, final slash on towards Rins. TW finds the mark. Now Edok will concede and back away. Sutsujin though, the backside looking for a cover as CW claims a double.
Oh my god.
Lookby finds Sutsujin, and that is Fnatic Onyx winning another Drake. Iron in a 4-man rotation. Oh, will fall. Sound secures it, and that is again Fnatic Onyx showing up.
Never count out on Fnatic Onyx on this kind of situation. They somehow make a lightning quick pickoff in the mid lane, knowing the weakness. But Arashi, Skyler at the time. Oh, wait a minute.
Diversion. Bryn Skyler, enough burst, and Skyler will secure the kill. You snooze, you lose.
Immediate trade back there, and look at the play. Skyler going to try and take the turret without minions, but it won't be available just yet. No mid turret for the side of RRQ, so for Fnatic Onyx, they've equalized in the gold deficit, at least better than earlier. It was at almost 2k, but with the turret taken by RRQ, they're still having the macro pressure. Big team fight once more for the neutral objectives. Auditing the first move.
Yep, Dyren here, practically half HP. Subsidiary, oh, with the flicker penalty zone, finds Lutfi, and now they fight. T-Dog secures Albert, and one by one, Fnatic Onyx members will fall. Skylar secures the kill, blazing duet! Keyboy secures it, E-Dog caught, CW, and Keyboy will find it again. It's an equal trade, 3-for-2, but the newt falls to RRQ.
And also, Fnatic Onyx will get a turret as well, so I think this is a bit favorable towards Fnatic Onyx at the end of the day. CW with a clutch blazing duet once again.
But looking at the grand scheme of things, Albert is getting taken out a lot in these games. And if they really want to play for massive moments at the Lord Pit later on, you got to be careful about this. They have to try and make Albert, let him catch up to Subsidiary, because look at the gold difference right here. About 1,500 gold difference. And when it comes to levels, I believe he's about 2 or 3 levels ahead already from Albert. So with 70 seconds to go, it's the waiting game once more, where Fnatic Onyx are still waiting around, concerned about the potential diversion play. And you can see that in the purple buff, there's some escorting being done here. They got Albert once, they don't want to let that happen once more.
Yeah, and so far, RQ 1k gold lead, a solid lead. Just like this new free skin with every purchase of limited edition Benedetta. Electro Final Katana you can get in UBS Gold / or X Mobile Legends Bang Bang, a collab with MPL Indonesia Season 14. Get yours at ubslifestyle.com. But back into the game. Right now, Onyx is setting up a trap.
Byron now, sandbagging. Immobilize CW.
Oh, wow.
Use at the BM, my good read there by Fnatic Onyx.
Interesting. I think if they committed towards the Tesla, they would have actually gotten it, but somehow they see the bigger picture, Rashi.
Seems like for RRQ, that's a weird play to send Dyron alone into the push when they are just so close to each other, but I guess they were concerned about some combo plays being made. Lethal taken by Subsidiary though, so Vision will expose Fnatic Onyx playing still for that Lord. This is the moment of truth though, and looking at the level gap, it's only 1 level for Subsidiary. Albert is getting closer and closer, but he's still quite far from that next level, and they're giving the EXP in the lane to Subsidiary still. They're trying to get level 14 and get a guaranteed steal.
See, I'm offended on towards Lutfi. The damage is there, but Lutfi is sustainable enough. He will flicker out, but Tyron secures it. CW with the blazing duet. He is ice cold. Now Keyboy with the engage loses immortality, but Fnatic Onyx, they found 2.
Again, CW, when you need him the most, he performs out of nowhere, blazing duet. Meanwhile, though, diversion play.
See, rinse it again.
Oh,
what's CW? Now Keyboy looking for the airborne. Now E-Duck and Rins secures it. Subsidiary will find Sans. That's Fnatic Onyx. They are ready as well. And that is it. Dyron and Subsidiary are the last one standing.
Wait, they're gonna be too low. Keyboy needs to play 1v1.
Almost. But Subsidiary is there, and he will take the kill.
What a chaotic game we have in our hands. Albert, though, will get to go for his purple, but look at the play from RRQ. Immediately doubling down onto this Lord take, and they do have the diversions to come there faster. Sans will take a bit longer. Can RRQ take it down before Lutfi makes a play?
Yep, penalty zone on towards Lutfi, though. The damage will be there to burst him down with Rins in the fray. Now, Fnatic Onyx, how are they going to retake this? It's 5v4. Albert is there. Will they be able to find the opening though? Oh, Duck. Yep, Duck immobilized. Subsidiary secures the Lord, and that will be all though. Sans secures E-Duck. Dyron out caught. No flicker. Keyboy is there, and Sans claims the double. Mid, Subsidiary Skylar. Oh my goodness! Oh, what a reflex there by Albert.
Oh man, good thing he took that skill. He knew that something might be up in the bushes and actually goes for that. I don't know what the name is, the enhanced chain or sword at the time? Sword. Yeah, good play by Albert.
Gives you an invulnerable state, so Albert will be able to get out of that situation alive. But with the first Lord falling to the hands of RRQ, it could be the tool that RRQ requires to swing the balance in their favor. When it comes to the big team fight, CW is definitely a massive problem, and they haven't really found a solution to try and stop him just yet. It's still going to be the waiting game, the setup game though, and it always favors RRQ just because of the diversion possibilities. You can see Fnatic Onyx respect it, and they're already corralling around their own base, afraid to move up just in case the play does happen. Looking at the in-game equipment, Wind of Nature completed for CW. That could be a great outplay tool to be used against Sutsujin. And for Sans, Divine Glaive, Glowing Wand to reduce the healing. He might be going for a Lightning Truncheon once more. He does have it. So the burst damage onto Rins, onto Sutsujin and Skylar needs to be kind of taken into consideration as the I'm Offended has already been used.
Nope. Let's see here, the Lord at top lane. It's still an early Lord though. So yeah, Fnatic Onyx will take care of it. No problem. RRQ now. Ooh, what will they go for here? Will it be I'm Offended? Will it be a diversion play? Fnatic Onyx though, they won't be able to defend this mid-inner turret.
There was a good scout coming in from Sans in that bush, knowing that, you know, Edok might spend that I'm Offended to kind of check the bushes, and when the I'm Offended is gone, there's pretty much no like big threat towards like an immediate turret defense, and that way Fnatic Onyx were able to defend that one quite easily. But don't forget to check out this one, Oraibo, partnering with MPL Earbuds number 4. Get it right now in the website.
So no really macro advantages when it comes to the base turrets just yet for RRQ. They're going Keyboy though.
Yep, Keyboy has immortality though. Oh my god! Ultimate! Look B! Final slash onto his C. Diamond to cancel it out. But Look B finds a kill. Edok low. And Albert will find and secure that kill. It's a 2-for-1 favoring Onyx.
Tyron! That was a clutch penalty.
Diversion play. Rins and Skylar is up there. Albert will fall in the hands of Rins. Sutsujin finds the killing spree.
Albert and Sans off the map for 30 seconds. Skylar goes for the turret right here. This is too greedy though. Rins is low, everyone is low. RRQ, I think they're gonna back away and go for the Lord right here with 2 members down. Fnatic Onyx, they forgot about that diversion. It hasn't been used in so long. It completely slipped their minds.
Oh man, I mean it makes sense if you forgot it. Even I forgot, man. I was trying to say something there, but out of nowhere, you can never sleep when Rins is on the diversion, and once again, you try to do it just to get some distance there for Skylar and the crew to clear the lane. My goodness, 3K gold lead for RQ. They might do it here, man. The improbable upset against Fnatic Onyx.
You're even seeing the adjustments in the team fight as well. CW no longer allowed to do as he pleases with that blazing duet. He is already at full item, so the damage is definitely tangible here in the Land of Dawn. But Skylar himself, with the Endless Battle, with the Malefic War, Windtalker, Wind of Nature, and Great Dragon Spear, he does not have the burst damage, but he has a lot of DPS if he's left to his own devices. So that is something that they gotta be careful about. Let's look at that pressure coming in from Sutsujin.
Yep. Lord watching the bottom side of the map here. An RRQ. They're looking for that opening, looking for the big haymaker to end the series. Let's see. Will they find it? Mid-turret will fall as penalties on Sutsujin will find Lookby. He flickers out. Now Byron and friends, they are looking to prioritize the top side. Albert though is on its end, will be able to defend it. And RRQ will be satisfied in taking 2 base turrets down.
Oh man, I thought it was gonna be a pick-off, but the strategy is still the same, Mirage. It's a pick-off towards Lookby, which is kind of like the most vulnerable, in a sense, hero from Fnatic Onyx. It is very, very tanky, but you know, he's always there cutting the front line. Keyboy being the second frontliner instead of Lookby.
With the concealed play and the flicker stunned up, final slash committed. Dyron now in trouble and taken down. Blazing the way to the front side. Silent burst CW down and Albert is low. Trying to escape, but Lookby and Keyboy and Sans is wrecking the members of RRQ. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the Royal Derby.
It's looking so good until it wasn't. The engage was failed, but they followed through with it anyways. No minions available, so Onyx are able to hang on to that final base talent on the top side. The game definitely still favors the side of RRQ. Let's take a look at the replay here by our official tournament smartphone Samsung Galaxy series. It was a diversion play with a penalty zone, but Dyron was just taking too much damage. They stop CW, they take him out, and Sutsujin was able to actually do a lot of damage in the back. But Lutpi in the late game on the Arlet is definitely an absolute menace. With no real way to melt him down as reliably as they have been. You're seeing RRQ experiment. They've been engaging with the I'm Offended. They've been engaging with Rins, just throwing out spells to try and proc the Yin-Yang effect. But then, right there, they tried to go for the penalty zone play to try and change it up, to try and confuse Fnatic Onyx. Now it's back to a Lord fight though. And on the top side, I think the wave is pushing for RRQ, so Fnatic Onyx, there's a sense of urgency here.
You can see in the build, Tarashi, that safety builds, Skylar on a Wind of Nature, the Queen's Wings, the Winter Crown spoiled by a lot of players here. Ooh. So the stake is high. One mistake can pretty much, like one pickoff can change the course of the game at this point. It is the 18th minute with only 3k gold lead on RRQ. The advantage is still on them, but Fnatic Onyx has been able to find a way and exploit some weaknesses from RRQ's comp. But look at where Claude is at, Arashi.
Just in case, waiting around to try and clear. And you saw Sutsujin kind of waiting around to maybe try and capitalize on it. He'll be going to his purple buff though, and CW shows Dyron can go for an engage right here.
Oh no! Penalty zone on towards 2 though. Now Dominant's descent popped as well. Now in the backside, now CW joining the fray. Skylar looking to grab more life as all winners Runchen finds nothing as the Lord will be taken out by Sutsujin. Darwin will fall. Sands and as well as Skylar here, the front side as Lutpi will lose his immortality. Keyboard with the flicker finds Sutsujin, but no follow-up damage there as Albert and Sands will recollect.
It is a W for RRQ. At that time, one Lord, but that was a really interesting decision by Tyron. Just trying to zone away the members of Fnatic Onyx with the penalty zone. They did get the Lord, but Fnatic Onyx make a quick work out of it. So who won in the end?
I think RRQ won. They deny Fnatic Onyx the chance to take a Lord and equalize on the neutral objectives. They get the base tower on the top side, by the way, that fell in the middle of that engagement. And now with some empowered waves still available, they have a chance to make a play that's decisive. Lutpi won't be on the map for another 7 seconds, but he will be there for the next fight. I think we're looking at a potential diversion play once more. That has to be the next main catalyst, because we've seen everything in between. The penalty zone, the I'm Offended. If they go for a full-on 1-2 back team fight, I feel like Fnatic Onyx have caught up enough to actually match RRQ. It all comes down to how well can RRQ set up and burst down one member from the side of Fnatic Onyx.
It just reminded me, Rashi, that RRQ, all of their mid turret is still intact, still healthy, no damage whatsoever taken from those turrets. So it is gonna be hard for Fnatic Onyx to play the long lane, or we play the macro. And RRQ right now, it is definitely their game to lose with this much ways to get around the players of Fnatic Onyx. The diversion, as you mentioned, Arashi, even the peel from Edok, even the engages from Tyron and Edok, there's still a lot of cards that RRQ is gonna show in this point of a game.
The last thing RRQ wants to do is risk everything on a single risky play, maybe with the diversion, and have it all implode in their faces. They're playing it safe, they're playing it patient. They know that they have the base advantage, and they're making great use of it. They're really not showing anything at all, and they're not walking separately at all either. It's just a very calm and calculated approach right here. You see some items being shifted around for Dyron and for Edok, who's been kind of forced to kind of be the main front line. But for Fnatic Onyx, there's just a lot more damage available, especially in these situations where there's gonna be scouting available.
Ooh, okay.
Okay, hang on a minute. I thought a play was happening.
Yeah.
But yeah, for Sans, he can just keep scouting around with the Nightmare Spawns. It's relatively safe, and it's gonna be doing a lot of damage over time here. So that is what RRQ is kind of trying to avoid, right? They're just holding on to make a big decisive engage happen when they have the chance. They don't want to go back and forth and dance around with Onyx, because that is exactly what Onyx want.
Oh man, at the calm before the storm. Everyone is just waiting for the Lord. And now I always say that an experienced team is always showing their true claws in the late game. But right now RRQ is a very young team against a very experienced team. Can they actually make it? Two rookies in the mid lane, Edok and Rins, up against Keyboy and Sans, a very seasoned member of Fnatic Onyx, two-time MSC champion. This is gonna be a story to remember if they're able to win it. But right now, no, Fnatic Onyx has the map.
Yep, we have the Lord here. Edok, oh, good knock up there, and the damage is there. Sutsujin low. Edok flickers out as Albert will take the immortality down. Edok, will he find it? TW in the backside loses immortality and his life as well. That's a trade 1-for-1 as Luffy now running for the hills. And Sutsujin is there to find the assassination. Keyboy will not be able to save his immortality. Skylar, the damage is definitely there, and he will claim the unstoppable.
Prince with a crown! Gets Slutby on the top lane. Now it's a 4v2 Albert and Tons. Can they defend against 4 members of King of Kings?
Yep, the damage is there. 30 seconds for CW. Can they delay? Rins, Skylar, and Iron Sutsujin looking for the end. Penalty zone on towards Albert. The damage is there. The place wide open. The rookies, they have made it.
They have done it! Who would have thought, man? The new additions to Rex-a-Regum Kaon, the ultimate step for the rebuild, beating out the best in Indonesia. Now the last question for the King of Kings. Can they keep it consistent? My goodness, what a game, what a match, and what a day for the Kingdoms.
It's a clean sweep against the Sky Kings. A lot of people said it's possible. A lot of people said it can be done. But they have actually done it. What are we looking at in Season 14?
Royal Derby number 31. They tipped the balance. It is now 16 to 15 for Rex-a-Regum Kaon. And the perpetrators is a new face. This kid's making it happen against the OGs of MPL. How? What just happened? Who would have thought even the Kingdom didn't expect a full-blown clean sweep at this point?
There's just too many moments, and RQ were able to spread it apart and chase down Onyx one by one. United they stand, divided they fall. But now we have to hear from the winners, Shevin.
The winners interview, what they have to say after this incredible win. Beautiful upset by RRQ. What?
Dan inilah dia, Royal Derby ketiga 1 dimenangkan oleh RRQ Hoshi. Kingdom Super Fans kedudukan sementara 16-15. Dan bagaimana sih untuk RRQ Hoshi sendiri? Kalian menghadapi tim yang begitu kuatnya 4 season berturut-turut menjadi juara. Ini adalah mental games. Gimana sih kalian menghadapi match hari ini?
Mereka lebih confident sih, anak-anak baru. Mereka ngelihat orang yang lebih di atas mereka pengen fight. Kayak Rins, Idok, Susujin sama Diren. Sama termasuk gue sih kayak ya pengen ngalahin aja sebenarnya.
Apakah ini ingin menjadi pertanda bahwa kalian juga bisa mengganti nih eranya? Ini bukan era Fnatic Onyx lagi kah? Kalian ingin mengembalikan era dari raja dari segala raja?
Enggak sih, kayak kita kayak bersyukur aja lah. Bang Keskut juga ngedraft yang bagus lah buat kita.
Draft yang baik, eksekusi yang begitu baik pula. Di game kedua, apakah itu mendebarkan untuk kalian?
Kita tetap tenang sih, kayak ada Diren juga yang bisa nenangin kita juga kan di game. Kayak ya ada kalau overhype nenangin juga gitu.
Oh, rupanya Diren di sini sebagai penenangnya.
Iya.
Diren, bagaimana kamu menenangkan kawan-kawanmu tadi nih?
Apa Bude?
Gimana kamu menenangkan kawan-kawanmu di Royal Derby ini?
Tetap kayak di scrim sih Bude, kayak jangan terlalu hype, komunikasi apa objektif kita gimana gitu.
Jadi, apa sebenarnya kunci kemenangan untuk Royal Derby ke-31 ini?
Kunci kemenangannya mungkin chemistry kali ya.
Chemistry dan ketenangan mungkinkah?
Ya benar, ketenangan, chemistry, itu Bude.
Itu dia dari tim Markiosi. Namun kita nggak bisa tenang sih. Siapa yang bisa tenang ketika ada Baby Ujin yang berhasil mendapatkan Savage? Apakah kamu menyangka mendapatkan Savage di match Royal Derby ini, Susujin?
Enggak.
Combo with the assassins. I gotta say, the Ruby just seems a lot more annoying to me compared to the Kufra. But with all these divergent plays constantly coming through, if Evos can kind of wait that out and counter-engage it using the Kufra, there is a chance for them to come out on top here, especially if they've comboed it with the Aurora, because that Frigid Glacier, that can absolutely nuke down a whole team.
And remember, this Ruby, the Beloyski Ruby, he used it even before the hero was meta. The draft index really favors GeekFam early to mid-game potential, late-game damage potential. The only thing that favors EVOS is that control ability that they have with the Aurora, with that Kufra. But let's see though, anything can still happen in the Land of Nod. The draft index means nothing if you cannot get it done. Two teams that is still searching for their first W in Season 14. It is EVOS Glory versus GeekFam.
See here, Land of Dawn, who will strike first in this best of 3. Again, you mentioned that Ruby. Yeah, I mean, Beloyski, man, he is so... he has this smart way of playing this Ruby. Let's see if that will happen again in this match. Dreams, though, and as well as a boy, chunked early, needs to recall.
Ruby and Lo Yi, the early game definitely is a bit more difficult to deal with for the side of Evos. There's a lot of spam ability built into that lane. Along with the Ling though, I wonder how Vincent is going to play this. We've seen Lings kind of go for just a split push play, going for team fight playstyles, and also going for pickoffs. So there's a lot of ways for these assassins to kind of show up. Here the emblems though by Indihome, looking at the two tenacities for Fluffy and for Dreams. They know there's going to be a lot of scraps, a lot of battles, firmness for Dreams as well on top of that. But look at the pull yourself together for Beloyski. He wants to get the faster cooldown for the battle spells in order to become that main enabler. And hopefully with the Terizla in the hands of Veldora here, they can kind of have that presence in the front line so that Beloyski can be a bit more creative in how he wants to approach these fights.
Also look at that, Rashi, proper respect from a boy. He knows that he is the prime target for Annabelle, and right away.
Annabelle here with the pressure. Dreams invests in the flicker early, but Beloyski responds with the flicker himself, and that will be it. Still no first blood here, the first minute.
The oldest guy in the Land of Dawn with the youngest finger. But I was gonna say that a boy, Warrior's Boots to kind of counteract some of the damage from the Fanny, but let's see if it's enough, especially in the mid-game once he has that Fury Hammer, that Heptasis, man.
Even if it's not enough, if he can kind of delay long enough, it can still be good enough for now. Looking at the rotations, GeekFam certainly has a bit more of a lead. They're going to get level 4 here on Veldora and a boy, so the diversion is available. But this is a very delicate moment in time. This first turtle has been a make or break moment for a lot of these teams, especially if you require a bit of a snowball. Beloyski definitely looking for a chance to kind of hide around. For now, the fact that there's a longer range mage in the hands of Evos means they can kind of be a bit more annoying here.
Dreams charging, finds Beloyski. Oh, invested all early. And Beloyski will be deleted in the map. Now Veldora will not be able to sustain the damage, surely. But I was wrong. A boy was free hitting Veldora, though will be the trade. So it's 2 for 1. Here still favoring Evos.
But unfortunate there, a missed kill towards the Fanny. He was like 1 HP away, a sliver HP. And Annabelle was able to get away. It seems like the fever is not really affecting his gameplay at all.
Well, for Vincent though, I think he had the chance to really chase down the Fanny if he wanted to, but both teams are playing it extremely safe. They don't want to be the first one to make a mistake, as Dreams still has good intelligence, good vision onto the turtle pit. With Fluffy picking up the Thunderbolt, that's quite the interesting power spike, giving him a lot more damage to work with for the next fight. As Beloyski and Veldora, they're just content staying here after pushing out the wave.
Well, GeekFam now in full control. The top lane though, Masako survives that impact of 2v1. And Vincent will respond with the turtle. So again here, the GeekFam winning the trade.
Immediately rotating to the top side, trying to help out Masako. at this position. And look at this. Diversion hasn't been used just yet. And usually we see it being used for the purple buff, and you're seeing the escort coming in from Evos just in case.
Oh, he's already scouting out. Oh,
Diversion. They will not commit the diversion.
Oh man, looking at the talent prediction, it seems like I'm the minority here. It's a bit sad to see that no one has a trust for the fam, but I'm definitely there, man, as Annabelle secures the heptasis, and this is the power spike of this Fanny. And remember, Rashi, a boy only uses a Purify, so he can't really get away like over the wall or something to kind of counter out the Fanny.
I think he's really relying on the teammates to try and make a defensive play. With Vincent picking up the Berserker's Fury though, that's a lot more DPS available. But Veldora, we haven't seen him make a lot of moments yet.
2v1, Veldora is able to sustain. Vincent though is in the area. Tempest of Blade not yet committed. So again, yeah, I mean both teams here just still throwing punches in the air for that skirmish.
Interesting playset from Vincent. We haven't seen him go all in with basic attacks. He's just been walking around and just throwing out the occasional dash in to try and do some damage. So he's already going all in a lot of these engagements.
It makes sense, right? Because like, you're using a Ling and you're not really a finisher. Meanwhile, you have finish here.
Diversion on towards the bottom side of the map here. Fluffy will be taken out. Dreams a little bit late to the party. And that will be it. GeekFam finally equalizing kill-wise.
You know, the Purify might not work against Fanny, but against a Kufra, it's gonna come in handy, especially there, saving him from the Tyrant's Revenge and a Rage combo.
Certainly the play here is to hide back and avoid the damage coming in from Fluffy with a short engage and use the Purify to counter out the plays from Dreams. In that sense, Annabelle is the only real problem and they have a Ruby to deal with it. So they are rationing their solutions very, very well. But look at Dreams coming in, not really landing just yet, but they're clumping together, Evos. There's a chance for Verdor to try and make something happen as Evos are losing efficiency here. They're letting Masako just push up the top side for no reason.
Yeah, 5 men here in the turtle. Dreams with the flicker. Cancel. Annabelle though will find the turtle. Will they fight? The front side, Veldora here soaking damage taken out. Voloisky as well. Vincent looking for target. Tempest the Blade will find Tyrrell. Vincent is looking for the triple. Does not find it, as it will be a 2-for-2, but the turtle will fall to the hands of Evos.
That was a weird decision from Masako Arashi. The fact that he could have gone for the turret, but instead he was late to the party and pretty much no conversion whatsoever.
I guess he thought he had time, and to his credit, they're going for a bit of a switch here. 1v1 though, Masako.
7-4 should be okay. Woo. Annabelle was just testing his powers on towards the gold laner.
Okay, Vincent 2-0, not bad of a KDA for a guy that's really doubted for his assassins, but he's not gonna play it as an assassin, he's gonna build a Thunderbelt for himself. A bit of a safety for the Ling in case he got CC'd, Arashi.
A bit of a hybrid build, we've seen that being used, and it still gives you a great chunk of utility and true damage. But look at Dreams, taking a lot of damage, penalty zone even.
Wow, a lot of investment on there for a roamer. He was able to get away freely, and now about 45 seconds left towards the Lord. Only 1k gold. I think can still happen, especially when Brands is using this Roger, man. Because so far in this day, that Roger, especially for RRQ, was so lethal in the hands of Sutsujin and Skyhook. Let's see though, if Mr. Jabran, is it gonna be bombastic or fantastic in this game?
It's always the big question, the massive coin flip. But look at the setup here. It's still going to be GeekFam sending Masako to the bottom side. He's walking into a 4-man ambush though, but Evos might rotate a bit too early here. No, they double down. They're trying to go for potentially the big play with the Purify available. I think Masako can outplay this though.
Yeah, he has the Purify. He has pretty much everything in his hand. And GeekFam didn't really do anything as Evos. 4 men at the bottom lane for a whole 20 seconds, but no conversion whatsoever. Meanwhile, diversion here.
Will commit the diversion to clear the mid-wave, and they try to blitz the Lord. Does Evo's glory sniff this one out? And Avo shows the map they do have a sense that they are going for the Lord here. Let's see here, they will reset this. Dreams finds one. Oh, misses the ult though. Penalty zone all towards Dreams now. The damage will come through. Annabelle looking for a kill on the backside, but Vincent finds a kill on towards Dreams. It's a 5v4. Geek Fam now in control.
Look at the immediate reaction though, sending Ling to the far side. They know the Lord won't be contested for a bit longer. Goes straight for the split push. And you can see Annabelle trying to go for his buff first. Not really able to actually match this. Geek might get a turret out of this split push play, and they still have maintaining control around the Lord.
Very smart. Yeah, for sure. And so far, the TPS from Geek Fam didn't fall a single time. Vincent is still 3-0-1. Meanwhile, Masako is still on a healthy 0-0-1. Didn't really get the kill just yet. But the best thing about a gold laner is as long as you're safe, you just gotta have to do your job in the late game. And that is the task that this new gold laner, the rookie, will have to do, as the diversion play will not be used. Annabelle, scout that. Now it's back to square one.
Ooh, look at Beloyski though, threatening the engage. Fluffy definitely tries to find information. And watch for an Earth Shatter play, because he does have the flicker available. And it's just a long waiting game. And there's nothing really pressured, because the wave on the bottom side is still even for now. But Geek push up the mid lane. Gonna force a response. They might go for a pickup while this is going on. Beloyski finds Dreams.
They will not move on towards Dreams. Fanny showed up bottom side though, so they want to blitz the Lord here. Valdora soaking damage. Tempest of Blade used. Vincent finds the Lord. Annabelle comes in though, finds Valdora. And now he wants more. Beloyski next target, but the crowd control stops Annabelle. Breaking the tempo now, Dreams. Purify pop by a boy. Damage is there, but Brands finds the markup boy next on the topping block. Claims a double. And Evo's Glory, what a response.
Geek Fam, they were able to get the Lord, but they definitely overstayed their welcome there. They should have just bounced out knowing that they have the objective in their hands.
And Vincent finds something though, looking for a chance. No, going straight for the purple buff. A smart move. Not a lot of mechanical plays coming out of Vincent, but the decisions on where to go and what to go for has been quite impressive. Now we can push up the bottom lane, let both lanes match together, but look at it, 1v1.
Yep, Tempest of Blade not used. Oh, that was Ling versus Fanny.
Yeah, incredible composure from Vincent. He knows the limits, man. He used to play these utility junglers, these tanky junglers. He knows what Thunderbell can do for a Ling. And didn't pop the Tempest of Blade too quickly as a boy.
Yep, continues well. Now Valdora Balkon will be deleted. Even he popped the ult, but Valdora will be the trade now to 1-for-1. But in backside, Beloyski soaking damage. Beloyski will help Fluffy to be taken down. Now it's Rams and Dreams here, defending the top lane. Annabelle jumps in with the cables, looking for one. Dreams misses, but Vincent, Tempest of Blade popped, will look for an escape route as Dreams will fall. Another win, but Brands will not be able to. Oh, there you go, finds the shutdown, but Masako will return the favor.
What the heck was that shutdown?
Yeah.
Might be the... I don't think it was the buff coming in.
Windtalker, right?
Oh, it
Splash
might
damage.
be. It was a big fadeaway, but look at the diversion play immediately. Trying to catch anyone responding to this wave push. They might spot Annabelle.
Yeah, Annabelle now caught. Oh, but the damage will not be enough to take him down just yet. Without Glory though, they will try to defend this purple. I don't think so. I don't think they can. Oh, they can. In time, Annabelle jumps in. Annabelle gets the purple.
Looking at the items here, man, the Has Claws and the Endless Battle. So a lot of burst damage coming in from the side of Vincent. And if he wants to try and stick around, to try and go into fist fights, technically in a 1v1, he still has a lot of sustain. So in theory, he never has to go back to base. He has so much sustain built in already. And Annabelle has the same kind of situation going on with the War Axe. But Masako, untouched, just free farming. He has the Holy Crystal already. So it's a massive power spike. Whereas for Brands, he has a damage, but he doesn't have the same kind of survivability or mobility that the Harriet can have in the fights. So it's a tough situation to be in for Evos. They can't really go for a split push. They have to go for a massive combo, but Geek Fam just isn't allowing it to happen.
Yep, and Annabelle, I feel like his purple buff is about to run out, so it's gonna be harder for him to be able to contest this one, as he's gonna scout the situation here and also take the red buff. It looks like Evos
Yeah, they're gonna blitz it here, Veldora. Fluffy flickers out. Greenstone, the middle of the pack here. Oh, Tempest Blade. Masako finds a kill. Annabelle, the backside, very low, but Veldora finds Fluffy as Masako finds the double. Now, Ranza will not be able to escape, and that's a 4-man wipe here. A Geek Fam 3K goal.
A hero that's known as the hopes of EVOS in M1 is massacring EVOS himself. Meanwhile, Masako 1v1 against Annabelle, but the help from Aporia as well. The magic damage is too much at this point.
Wow. Masako, that's flavor coming through for the new member in the roster. Vincent goes for the Lord as well. Geek Fam, this is what we're waiting for. Rough around the edges, they're gonna lose a turret on the top side. But in the grand scheme of things, they have controlled the game. They have taken control completely, even in the jungle of EVOs. What a moment for Geek Fam.
Yeah, Purple Buff is gone, and that is definitely around 50% of Fanny's potential is gone. Annabelle has to be smart with his cable usage. Maybe like using the base energy regeneration for an inhibitor turret defense, but it's gonna be tough for him to do that mechanically. Meanwhile, player scored by Ube's Goal Arashi. Vincent is topping the chart.
Oh, Annabelle. Seal here. Annabelle might not be able to escape. Very good read by Geek 5 members and the divergent play instantly. But no potential threats remains there. So EVO's Glory, they will have to defend without Annabelle.
No Annabelle, no backline threat, so it's a pure front to back, and we see what Masako can do. Lord comes through in the top side. Fluffy, can he do something?
Stay here, Lord, still very healthy. EVO's Glory, will they be able to defend? Oh, good pull! Dreams now receives a lot of damage. Clockwork will be targeted, and he goes down. Now Vincent falls, but Fluffy stunned up. Damage comes through as Masako collects the double, looking for the triple. Dreams with the conceal, Lord taken care of. Now they want to defend, but the base is wide open. Oh, Annabelle, what a timing to try to defend, and the base should be able to be taken down. And that is Geek Fam securing game 1.
Not the most convincing way to get the W, but they did it either way. A win by a mile, a win by an inch, it doesn't matter. A W is a W. As they're gonna try to ride this momentum to the second game. EVOS though, a lot of homework to do in this point of a game. The fanning didn't work as well as I thought it would be. Knowing that Masako or even Apoy is a prime target for them. But Beloy, Veldora, doing their job as their frontliner, peeling for the backliner, man. Geek Fam strikes first.
1-0 for Geek Fam, and the swap in the roster is paying off. They have to somehow found that synergy, and they even found a working way to make the assassin work on Vincent. Go for something with a bit more hybrid possibility, go for something a bit more durable with an invulnerability, and Vincent still has great presence in that game. Veldora though, on the Terizla, those are some insane penalty zones, and EVOs, this has been one of their problems. They like clumping up, they like protecting brands, but against a team that has good team fight understanding, that is such a punishable factor.
I mean, he's so selfless in this game, Veldora, right? Being that selfless EX billionaire, and I gotta say, off topic, but Masako, he looks like you, Shepard.
Why?
He looks like your brother, younger brother.
What? I see.
If you agree, chat.
What do you mean I see? Oh, I see.
Wheel engaged tool is the Tigreal. Maybe the Barras flicker Daytona's welcome, but we've seen that become a problem when there's only one wheel engaged tool, which is the Tigreal. Dreams is prone to being shut down completely right here, whereas for everyone else, the Daytona's welcome, the Spear of Alpha, everything can be kind of dodged away from right here, and that's before factoring in the Eternal Guard, factoring in the Curse Blast, and the penalty zone.
Once again, the early game potential and late game potential favors towards Geek Fam though. Let's see if they can prove it strong in the Land of Dawn. Can EVOS force a Game 3? It is going to be Geek Fam versus EVOS Glory.
So will Brands be able to be Mr. Fantastic this game to, yeah, you're right, force the series on towards a Game 3, or Will it be a clean sweep for the Geeks?
Looking at the clear advantage for the Alpha here, you're seeing why it's such a prio pick, and it is a signature pick for Annabelle as well. Beloyski though, trying to find some intelligence, find some information, but Dreams is trying to punish. Will not land that Sacred Hammer though, but the Litho will fall to the hands of Vincent.
Wait, denied. Oh,
Wow!
by Clocken. Bit too, should have waited for the retribution there, but at the bottom lane, he was able to get that crab. But look at that, Dreams already scouting the jungles for Vincent. As the Emblem Rashi by IndyHome, by Telkomsel, anything stands out. Oh, maybe though, you gotta wait. Yep, Sacred Hammer onto Beloyski. The damage will not come through just yet though. Dreams now stuck. Annabelle trying to support the roamer. Annabelle still able to get out of that sticky situation. But yeah, no first blood here just yet. That Lethal Wanderer take from Cloudcon came in handy. Vincent wasn't able to secure level 4 just yet, and that is why Annabelle was able to be super aggressive in the early game. Meanwhile though, in XP lane, so far, not much happening.
Still somewhat even. Of course, in this lane, it's quite interesting how Brands isn't really bullying Masako at all.
What?
He's trying to hold, but look at the audience predictions. 60% almost for the side of Geek Fam. So the opinion, at least, of the audience has swung. Look at this clear though. It's going to have a clear advantage. Beloyski will be alone, 1v2.
Yep, no implosion just yet here. Clockun though has the Dominator's Descent, and Beloyski is trying to force the Dominator's Descent early. Annabelle though finds the turtle. Vincent in the backside, stunned up. Oh, a Jonas welcome to next, and first blood will fall to the hands of Evol's Glory. The missiles connected towards Vincent, I believe, and that is why he got dragged back into the team fight. And it doesn't really look good so far for Vincent's debut on this Nolan. Meanwhile, he's gonna lose another one of his objectives here. So Annabelle's gonna take it with ease.
Getting away with the assistance of Clockun and Dreams. You can see the crowd control potential from the side of Geek. Definitely something to be worried about by Evos. But for now, it's back to the waiting game. Evos has a lot more advantage when both teams want to stick around. But for Geek Fam, the longer the game goes, the more they can kind of weave in and out of these fights. And maybe even bait some of the big ultimates coming in from Evos. Especially later on with Masako reaching that lead game power spike. That's where he can kind of be a real threat, even to Brands. If Brands walks up carelessly, we've seen Harriet get blown up immediately.
Yep. Look at that, some rotation there from Dreams and also Annabelle towards the bottom lane. Try to maybe punish Masako and take some jungle camps as well. So far, Geek, they're happy with just grouping up as a 4 in the mid lane. Still looking for their first kill so far in this game. And mind you, these two teams haven't won a single match yet in Season 14, so it's gonna be huge this game. Is it gonna be like a 4-game lose streak for EVOS? Meanwhile, Masako might be in trouble here. Yep, Shaman Force will not be enough to take him down. Now Beloyski there will take that minion, but yeah, I mean, that was a little bit close for comfort there.
Well, Masako knows he has the safety coming in from the entropy. Now look at this. He was grouping around the turtle pit. How Geek Fam starts this fight is gonna be critical. And knowing how things are with the burst damage, I think Beloyski is hesitating quite a bit. A boy walks into the bush first. Wow. Fortunately, no one is inside just yet.
But Dreams,
very close. Dreams spots him.
Yep, Sacred Hammer connected. Oh, a boy in trouble. Purify. Oh, the damage will be enough to take him down. Now it's an all-out war here. Daytona's welcome. Stunning 3. And that will be Vincent and Veldora take him down. Beloyski running for the hills of Brands. Now a little bit late, but Fluffy will not be able to pull Beloy back. That was disastrous, to put it lightly, for Geek Fam. A boy checking the push. Even Vincent using the Nolan, not like it's a utility jumper, he was just jumping in. And they're gonna pay the price fully. Left, right, and bottom.
Even the orange buff taken. Vincent trying to punish. Spear of Alpha out. On the bright side, Masako was able to get all the gold plating on the bottom side. Finally, the turret energy shield has been dropped, but the mid turret already secured by Evos. They just have the better combo, and they're able to pull Geek Fam to fights that favor them. The fact that a boy was the one walking in first is ridiculous to me. He has the Purifier as well, but he really held off on it until the last second. He was only able to barely get the Eternal Guard down, And you can't do that, man. You need to stay in the back and output that damage. That's the whole point of the Vexana. You stay alive, you apply the passive on multiple people, and the longer the fight goes, the more difficult it gets because your teammates become bombs that cannot do damage to you.
Yeah, I feel like, Boloski looking for something here with a concealed play, but no one is in the vicinity for EVOS. They read that one perfectly. Meanwhile, Dreams, this might be a chance for them.
Annabelle here, dealing damage. Oh, the peel and the stun will be enough. Annabelle finding one. Now Dreams in trouble under the turret. Both members here taken out. Dreams for Veldora. EVO's Glory finds a response.
Well, at least it's an equal trade in terms of kills, but once again, the conversion. They're invading the purple buff and also getting that turret in the bottom lane.
Again, it's EVO's Glory now. In a very healthy lead.
It's a very healthy lead at this point. 4K at 6 minutes. We haven't really seen EVOs be this aggressive this early on. Starlium completed 4 brands, so damage potential is there. And Tikura's rush for Fluffy, despite the fact that he's going up against a lot of magic damage, he's just trying to make sure that when Vincent or Beloyski tries to make a play, or Veldora tries to 1v1 him, he can sustain from it. GeekFam though with a very fast turtle attempt.
Yep, Mexico finds a turtle. And now they want to fight with the flicker as well, finding Beloyski. The damage will come through, Beloyski will fall on the backside. It is Ikuna's welcome, connected to Mexico. Annabelle, Alphavel finds the double.
Beautiful engage from Fluffy. He knows who to go for. And it's the key, man. We certainly saw Skylar on a Natan. As long as you have a Natan in the late game, you're A-okay. There's still hope for you. But in this case, finally, picking up the most important member on GeekFam in this situation.
It's ridiculous that the Barats can find a way to get a Natan. It really you really shouldn't be that close to danger. 1v1 on the bottom side though, Annabelle and Vincent. Oof. That's a fighter against an assassin though, and Vincent understands that. For now, GeekFam will be clearing out, trying to just do damage control, but even the buff is kind of camped on by EVOs. They're leaving their buffs up in favor of just denying GeekFam all of their tools.
See here, purple buff will be taken away. Flicker from Beloy. Oh, that's interesting. And that will be EVO's Glory winning that purple buff contest.
Good reaction there from Fluffy, evading the I'm offended. And I feel like at this point, you gotta wait for Masako to pop off and get those items and rely on that BBB magic. Because so far, there's really not much of a conversion for GeekFam. Only 1 kill in 8 minutes.
It definitely isn't ideal, but GeekFam has come back from games like this before. We'll just have to wait and see, because right now, Annabelle and Brands are just scaling so much, and once they reach that level 15 power spike, I think it's going to be so tough for Geek to win any fights whatsoever, especially with Fluffy being on the Barats. 2-0 is great news for him because he is one of the only immobile heroes in the lineup for EVOs. His job is to just stand there and brawl, right? For better or worse.
Yep. And now look at the zoning from these two frontliners. Veldora actually forcing to scout the situation.
I don't know about that. Yep, the bait. Oh, the burst damage is enough to take Veldora down early. That's a 5v4, man. Oh, the Natan pops the entropy. Brands trying to hold on, but he will not be able to sustain. Whoa. It's a 2-for-1 still. The Lord now focused down, and he will find the Lord. Annabelle secures the first Lord in the game.
A bit too brave, I gotta say. So far, GeekFam scouting the bushes with a boy. Even at that time, Veldora was clearly, very clearly overextending. You are a Trizla, I get it, but again, Masako, you're just handing over some gold here.
It's a 2-for-1. Entropy pop, good juke. Now, Silclaw Kundo, a lot of threats indeed.
Wait a minute, what?
Is trying to somehow find
Annabelle?
the support. Now, penalty zone on towards 1. Now, let's see here with the Lord.
There's a lot of things to process, Rashi. I don't think I can do that.
How the heck did Masako get out of that? EVOs were concerned about the potential the potential throw. They're trying to be disciplined, but they allow Massacre to get out of that situation. They really shouldn't deserve to. Being all the way out there alone with no backup, but it's still gonna be a value moment for Evos. They have the Lord marching in. They're gonna take all the turrets outside of the base. And honestly, with the tools they have at their disposal, I feel like they can kind of go for one of the base turrets as well. But we have to wait and see, because with Vexana, you can never be too careful.
Oh, Daytona's welcome. Just to style now. Veloski responds with the big I'm offended. Blocked and falls bears now. Veldora knocked up, taken down by Burans. Greens jumps in. The damage will not be enough, but a boy will fall. Now Veloski, Vincent will try to hold on as Veloski escapes barely, but Evol's Glory will find the base turret in the bottom side of the map.
Oh, I thought it was gonna be an outplay there. A turnaround from the BBB Magic. But it's just too much. They are too tanky, the frontliners of EVOS. Like, as a Vincent right now, what do? You don't only have enough resources to burst down all these members of the White Tigers.
You have to pick and choose your targets, because if you look at his items, it's only the Heptaseas and the Hunter Strike. Annabelle is up 2,500 gold, and he is rocking the Winter Crown, the Oracle, the Queen's Wings, all the survivable tools. You can expect him to just be so tanky, not by pure defensive stats, just by regen. If they don't lock him down with some kind of crowd control, he's one of the main problems right here that GeekFam can't really deal with.
Let's see now. GeekFam and Evol's Glory. Well, GeekFam are behind 7,000 gold lead.
Yeah, but
I think they should force the next Lord fight.
ooh, interesting take there, Gani, but Masako, that's a good item to secure at this point of the game. Well, not really, but you gotta take what you take. Holy Crystal, finally. He's gonna have a lot of damage from now on. Not much of a... I think he already has some penetration, but no, it's only the boots. So I believe he's gonna be on his way towards something like a Divine Glaive after this. But yeah, Holy Crystal definitely will help him to burst down, at least at the very least, Grants if he's overextending. But right now, look at that. EVOS is doing a good job zoning everyone.
Yeah. GeekFam looking for a window. Fluffy again, styling with the ult. Man, GeekFam, they were trying to somehow look for an opening here to contest, but there was none. Now, with the continual play, they want that purple buff desperately. It seems like now Evol's Glory still will be able to take that away.
I think Annabelle retreat there, potentially. Yes, no need to use the Retribution for normal jungle clearing, because look at that. Takes no time at all. He's saving it literally for utility as an extra spell, or to steal away some of these contested buffs. The Lord coming back in, GeekFam, they reach some power spikes, but there is the appropriate itemization from Evos. Now they're making a play for the mid turret, but they're getting deterred quite well.
You know, the Lord will be taken care of. Daytona's welcome with the flicker on towards Veloski. What a play from Fluffy. Veloski now will fall in the hands of Kwokun. Now GeekFam defends with 3. Evol's Glory, they're eyeing for that mid. Veldora used the penalty zone already. Vincent looking for the flanks, but the damage will not come through. GeekFam again stands with 4. They have to clear the bottom side of the map here as Evol's Glory still pressuring the base of GeekFam.
You live by below, you die by below. At that time, I'm offended. He was catching Natalia, but right now Dreams might be eyeing for a play here.
Yeah, they want the top lane. Oh, damage from Brands is crazy. Fluffy though will be the trade. Now the base turret taken down. The GeekFam, not yet. No minions, no. Good, I'm offended from Malloy, finding Annabelle.
Oh man, they lose out on that mid inhibitor turret. But that's it so far. Looking at the gold swing though, Rashi, that was actually a good trade economically for GeekFam. They were up about 8k EVO's Glory, but right now it's 6k.
It's basically 2 big shutdowns for the side of Geek, and they're about to get several turrets right here that can be used for them to get more vision and find more ways to punish, to pick off the members of Evos. Going into the jungle, going for the purple buff as well. This is a dangerous spot for Evos to be in. That was their big moment, but in their haste to end the game, I mean, they went in and they even used the Winter Crowns to bait out so many spells coming in from GeekFam. And yet, they kind of overstayed. They kind of went back into it, impatient to wait for the next Lord. And now it's a bit more scary. You can see Masako definitely having a massive gold swing already with the Blood Wings, building for the final item, potentially some penetration. He wants that survivability just in case Annabelle jumps straight at him. Look at that swing, man.
Yeah.
2 turrets for the side of GeekFam finally.
We saw a lot of these games, man. Oh, concealed play from below. Do they want to go for it? But didn't really find anybody there. Meanwhile, Clockgun is still in the mid-bush, giving vision for EVO's Glory. But back to what I'm talking. We saw a lot of these games before when it looks really bleak from the other team, but there's this one game-defining moment that really changed the whole tempo. Meanwhile, Filtera might be in trouble here.
EVO's Glory definitely wants to fight. Oh my god, the backside here. Actually, Fluffy will be taken out first. Annabelle finding the engage, but not the execution. Veldora trying to buy time. The backside. Annabelle will lose his life as Masako was just free hitting as Veldora. He was able to find the distraction, though he will call as a brand manages to close the gap.
It's an equal trade, Arashi, and at this time, equal trade means winning trade for the losing team.
Exactly, 2.3k gold only. And at this point, items are available. They cannot win fights if they don't control Masako from just dealing all this damage. And even a boy, Dreams goes in earlier, but the purifiers are available and he gets jumped on.
They have the retribution. Vincent finds it. Boy, though, will be the price to pay. And that will be EVO's Glory, slowly but surely losing grasp.
This might be it. This might be the turnaround that Peloisky needs. Finally, GeekFam finding the light of hope. Over the course of this game, they were trailing so much, and right now it's only 1k. It practically doesn't matter, especially when you have Masako. The game plan right now is to peel for Masako. Let him cook with his flavors.
Let's see, Lord. Let's see if this Lord will be irrelevant or not. GeekFam, they're trying to clear the waves as fast as possible, but EVO's Glory, they want to fight. Veldora caught in the front side of the map here, but Masako is just free hitting the dinosaur. Fluffy goes down as well. Vincent, another angle with Dreams now, trying to hold on and loses immortality. Annabelle and Brands trying to find the damage, but no, Vincent, he's low. He will not fall just yet though, but in the side is actually Peloisky and Brands. Masako finds the triple. He's free hitting like crazy, and that will be all. EVO's Glory will concede, and they will back away.
My goodness, the damage from this guy. This is the Natan late game. We're talking about the potential of Masako. Even killing the dinosaur mid-gobble.
This wasn't allowed to finish the whole channel for the Daytona's welcome. And the EVOs lose a turret on the bot side. They lose one. They're going to lose one more in the bottom side, in the mid lane too. GeekFam with the empowered waves are trying to get everything they can. And now it's a whole different game plan, man. Annabelle is a fighter. He can help with the enabling, but he can't be sneaky. That is Vincent's job as an assassin. There isn't a lot of targets available on the side of EVOs, but if Clockun oversteps, if Clockun is just a bit uncareful, if Brands even kind of oversteps his sustainability, he can get nuked down almost immediately. With the Divine Glaive completed. Lightning Truncheon for Masako, by the way? This man wants burst, he wants everything. He will be lacking the movement speed without the boots, but that's a risk he's willing to take.
You can look at the build from Veldora also. He didn't really buy the War Axe. He knows that his only job is to peel and somehow set up for Masako. Doesn't matter if he dies, as long as Masako is alive, it's all good. If it's a battle of a front to back, then GeekFam will surely win. Because Masako will pretty much shred down all the front lines, all the beefy boys from the White Tigers.
Look at the setup there for GeekFam. They kind of clear half of the waves on the top side, making sure that it will slow push in direction of EVOs. Fortunately for them, the top side base turret for them is still standing. This is their moment to make a play.
Oh, they want to fight. Daytona's welcome on towards Valoy. The damage will come through though, as Peloisky deleted. Now, GeekFam, they need to re-stabilize good penalties, although as Masako, he's just freeze hitting in the backside, entropy popped. Not committed just yet though, Fluffy. Oh, Vincent finds execution, finds a double, and a boy executes streams as well. That's a 3-for-1. The GeekFam, what the heck?
Vincent killed 2 with a bonus of a boom time from a boy. That passive from Vexana doing work. Meanwhile, Veldora will clear out the minions in the base. Now it's gonna be a 3-3-2 on EVOS's inhibitor turret. Vincent going in.
Oh, they're looking to end. Will they have enough firepower though? Mid turret taken down. Masako finds the entropy on target though for Annabelle as Brands is able to find a boy. Now Vincent will not be able to save his immortality. Masako will try to take some space, and now they want to focus down the Lord.
Oh, the disconnection there. A boy was focusing towards Brands because he thought that he was the biggest threat out of all of them. Meanwhile, now Masako will try to blitz this one. Can EVOS catch up this time? Oh, he got knocked up.
It's gonna be close, it's gonna be close. Annabelle jumps in with the spear of Alpha! Annabelle finds a retribution and takes down Eldora. Keep them running for the hills, but now momentum is all for the White Tigers.
Game of inches. That single Lord knockup cost Geekfam the Lord. And right now, they're gonna have to pay the price. It's a 3-3-4 in the base. Do they want to wait for the Lord? And it looks like they will. But there is still hope for Geekfam in Masako once again. It is a late game, Nathan. Objective is to defend this guy and try to make a play out of it. What just happened, man? Geekfam just threw the game from their clutches.
They got greedy for the end. They were unable to sneak the Lord even there. Didn't go for a fight. Now with the Lord coming in, EVOS can look for a chance to just end the game outright without even going for a fight. Can Geekfam force them into one?
Masako needs to stay alive. Dreams with a aggressive play. Penalty zone though. Will it be enough? Fluffy goes down first as Masako is just free hitting on the Lord. But if he loses immortality, Veldora will pay the price. Dreams falls. Rans finds Voloisky and Geekfam. They have done it. They have cleared the Lord and the wave.
Oh, take a breather, MPL Arena. Take a breather, viewers out there. Because we still have a game in our hands, 22 minutes and counting. Masako is still alive, which means Geekfam is still alive also.
What an intense game, back and forth. Two base turrets on the bottom side though. Now EVOS most definitely have the push advantage. Geekfam are the ones who have to be a bit more crafty with how they want to set up for the Lord. Let's take a look at the replay here by our official tournament smartphone. The Samsung Galaxy Z Fold 6, Z Flip 6. That's a big penalty zone by Veldora, and you see Masako immediately melting down Fluffy, and there's nothing else to try and stop him. He just keeps hitting, and for a bit ignores the Lord in favor of just getting some more teamfight presence. But that's the issue here. With the Purify available for Aboy and Masako in the previous fight, Dreams is the only one that can try and do something to stop the output of damage. No one else can do so.
Man, gotta be honest with you, at this point, this is Game of Throws, man. The team that made the least mistakes wins, because so far, EVOS had the advantage, they threw it away. Geekfam had the momentum to their favor and somehow threw it away. EVOS had a chance to end the game and somehow threw it away also. So it is a game, like, whoever play the safest, I guess, is gonna be able to win the game. But EVOS, I don't think they have the authority or like the privilege to play it safe because they have to somehow get Masako, and so far, nothing is working, Irashi.
Now the foot is on the other shoe. EVOS usually are the ones in the situation, able to defend almost indefinitely due to the insane backline presence. But now Geekfam are the ones who have that liberty. And looking at the items, Masako went and swapped out that Lightning Truncheon that we were a bit confused about for a Demon Hunter sword. So these beefy members from the side of EVOS are gonna be melting a lot faster. The wave on the bottom side has collided, so now Geekfam are on the clock. They have to try and get something before it becomes too difficult, too forced. Look at Veldora though, he is trying to pull away the Lord from the control of EVOS. Fluffy is definitely waiting for some kind of moment, but the damage from Aboy can't be shrugged off as easily.
Oh man, this is intense, man. Voloisky pulls the trigger first. Do they want to go for it?
Three-man conceal. This one as well. Can with the flicker as well. Finding one. Veldora soaking damage. Oh, Masako in the backside was targeted, but now he's safe. Oh, Voloisky falls first. Veldora quite low in the backside. Vincent looking for an assassination, but fails to do so. It's a 5v4. Vincent again. Oh, Vincent doesn't go to winner's Richard. Will it be enough? Immortality to save Annabelle's life. What a switcheroo.
My goodness, Annabelle with the switcher. Right now he's on a rose gold meteor. It's a 4v5 for EVOS. Vincent is as slow as ever. This is looking really bad for Geek Fam.
They have the quantity. Will they be able to execute the Lord though? So they'll run quite low penalty zone. Now it's gonna be the Lord Steel who takes it. It's gonna be Annabelle again. Now Geek Fam, they are in big trouble.
What's the game plan there, Rashi? Vincent was on the other side of the map while Geek Fam tried to go all in on that lure pit.
It just wasn't the wisest of ideas. They had no purifiers available. They were one man down, but they gambled for it. Now Veldora won't be available. Only one frontliner, an even stronger Lord. Can Masako and a boy do it again without the purify?
Let's see, Masako.
Oh my goodness.
A boy against the world. Beloyski joining in time. The damage will not be there, but the base is quite vulnerable. A boy falls. Now Beloyski and Masako defending the base. Vincent falls as well. Now Masako looking to find the shutdown does, but the base isn't too much for him. Ladies and gentlemen, we got a game 3.
Oh my goodness gracious. It is messy. We don't even know who's in control. But at the end of the day, EVOS equalizes. But oh my Annabelle, even though he's on a cold pack or hot patch, I don't know what it is, but he was able to get those Lord Steals, those outplays, and prolong the life of EVOS. What a turnaround. It's not just one. It goes both ways over the course of like almost 30 minutes. And that is gonna be a heartbreaker once again for Geek Fam. Oh man.
EVO's looking confident in the situation, but man, that game had ups and downs. More ups and downs than hills in our great country of Indonesia. What was that game, man? Everyone was playing their hearts out, and the moments of turnarounds, it's almost like a movie, a very long movie at that. But EVOS has got it done. The fan base having a moment to relax, but they were just on their feet the whole time, man. All of these team fights could go so easily in favor.
They don't care about backlines, they want to fight head on, alright? With Roger, with the Ruby to cancel out the Franco's ult as well. The higher also, they want to close the gap as much as possible. Does EVO's Glory have enough firepower to hold that out though, just with the Terizla?
With the Terizla, we have to wait and see. The combo is available. The scouting from the Zask, the slowing of the Zask is also something that Geek Fam have to kind of keep in mind when they're moving forward. Looking at some of the stats here and the battle spells, purifies only for the gold laners. Veldora with the revitalized Hylas. Let's see how that plays out.
A loose streak is something that you don't experience in this stage, in the highest stage of Indonesian Mobile Legends esport. Loose streak is gonna go on for much longer in season 14. Is it going to be EVO's Glory or Geek Fam?
Well, ladies and gentlemen, let's see the conclusion of this series. Who will take the first match win of season 14?
Both of the junglers just clearing really, really fast. But you can see Annabelle getting a bit more of an edge. Dreams tries the age-old tactic to delay, but Vincent tanks the hook. So there'll be a bit of a reset to that buff, unfortunately for him. This means that EVO's most likely will be able to get that litho, but both of them are just prioritizing the pathing, the clear immediately, making their way to the top side. Dreams make the first move.
Yep, onto is Beloy here. Annabelle's not level 4, so no fracture there to really punish Beloyski. Though, he has to recall, so that's already a rotation stop or delay rotation there for Beloy.
Emblems here by Indicom shows that there's the Inspire and the Bargain Hunter for Masako, so he's trying to snowball out, whereas for Brands, the conservative approach as always, tenacity with the firmness. And for both roamers, they're desperate to make the plays happen. That's where the pull yourself together comes in. But with the focusing mark for Dreams, with the support emblem, it's going to be a lot more active when it comes to movement around the map. Whereas later on, Baloyski will be a lot tankier and will be having a lot more ways to kind of impact these fights in a bit more direct way.
Audience prediction actually shifted towards EVOS' favor after that game too. Looks like Baloyski smells something is happening.
Oh, with Iron Hook now, Baloyski will be able still to get out of the way though. He has to recall, so that's a man down here for the side of Geek Fam. And EVOS Glory will not rush the turtle just yet though.
But they have all the tools available to kind of take this one. Vincent though actually goes away from the vicinity.
Valora level 4. Now let's see, Glorious Pathway not yet invested. Vincent though caught in the backside and well secures the turtle. All good stun, and that will be Vincent taken down. Geek Fam failed on the objective and they have failed on the fight.
It's unfortunate for them. They sent Veldora to the front to maybe try and deny Annabelle, but at the same time they left their backliners vulnerable. With Baloyski not level 4 just yet. Later on though, with a bit more items, the Hylas can actually zone out Annabelle, because I don't think any assassin would want to try and deal with the horse.
Yeah, for sure. And also, the horse gonna come in handy when, even in the late game, if Dreams lands a hook towards one of the member of Geek Fam, the first thing is they have a lot of cancels on their arsenal. And also, that Glorious Pathway is pretty much the perfect counter-engage mechanic for Geek Fam. So if they want to catch up, it's as easy as pie.
Can definitely go on the pathway immediately, but they don't have a reason, any kind of solution here for the aggressiveness of Dreams on this Franco. Not anyone can actually take that hook. We saw Baloyski try to just earlier on, and he can get bursted down very, very low. So no flicker means that he won't be able to withstand all that aggression. But they spot out Dreams, technically seeing the movement of the crab. So Vincent still keeping up in farm, but Annabelle is pulling ahead ever so slightly.
And right now, still very quiet so far. Only 1 kill in 4 minutes. EVOS leading about 700 gold lead, but it is easily catchable. And the reason why it's so quiet is the fact that Baloyski right now is, is more prone to getting hooked. He knows that Dreams knows how to play Franco also. 2 Franco players battling it out in the Land of Dawn. It's gonna be an interesting match.
Here's the issue when you have a main front line being the EXP lane. The roamer, before the 5-man grouping actually happens, will struggle quite a bit by being picked off. And in fact, I think Baloyski will be picked off several more times before the late game rolls around. Geek Fam has the pressure here in the turtle side, but Dreams, he threw the hook already. It's because the turtle gonna go to Geek Fam.
A free one as well. And yeah, no compensation here for the side of EVOS Glory though. Top lane is actually the gold shield turret that will be, wow, munched down 100%, even the turrets.
I don't think they're gonna be able to finish the job though, so Veldora a bit late, but never too late to secure a tower there as he's gonna recoil back. And Masako,
the Iron Hook to press Baloyski, the damage will come through. Shaman Force will not have enough range to do damage, but the top lane will be sacrificed there by Masako. Very good read, and the first structure will be taken out top lane.
Side for Geek Fam, they send the Hylas top only to recall and go back bot. Very inefficient use of time if you think of the usual Geek Fam, but now look at a boy trying to clear, but there's a play from the side of EVOS.
Oh man, Annabelle now needs to be careful. Oh, the flanks here with the Glorious Pathway. A boy falls though, but Brand's now caught and will be the trade. Now it's a 4v4, Dream still there. Will not go for an engage, but that is Geek responding. A marksman for a mid.
Yeah, you saw that coming, and also you saw that coming, Arasi. Baloyski getting picked off. He said that he's gonna go down quite a few times before the late game comes. And also said that Glorious Pathway, man, that is an instant counter-engage mechanic as Vincent. Taking a bit of a heat here, but at the end of the day, Geek is able to secure it. themselves.
Oh.
Ooh.
Almost.
All right, a trade of spells there in the top side. GeekFam, though, were able to brute force that turret take, but they're still losing out compared to Evos. The pressure of the early game Franco is definitely getting into the heads of GeekFam, which means during these big 5v5, big team fights where the Hylas can be the main front line, that can tank that Iron Hook, GeekFam should have an advantage.
See now with the turtle. Hoped by Fluffy. Oh, Iron Hook connects on towards one member in Veldora. Deleted. Fluffy with the penalty zone. Big. Poloski caught in the backside. Now Vincent repositions, finds one. Now Annabelle, as well as the members, will go back. But Bronze finds a shutdown on towards Vincent.
It was honestly going a bit better than I thought for GeekFam. I thought they're toast after the initial penalty zone towards a 3, but still no, EVOS, a big W on their hand, about 2k gold lead at this point, entering the 8th minute.
Definitely a tough spot to be in. Asako, though, getting bursted down.
Oh, the fracture wasn't enough to take him down, and Shaman Force there helped him survive.
I guess the game plan is still the same, man. Masako is that guy on Harry, is that guy on that magic damage gold laner, so the game plan is just to take him to glory.
Once again, though, if you look at GeekFam, the fact that Vincent and the rest of the team weren't able to help Veldora out when he got jumped on, what were they expecting, right? I think they were really thinking that Evos are setting up a trap, but when they sent Veldora forwards, you just mentioned that they have a lot of catch, a lot of cancels as well to try and stop the suppression, the bloody hunt from Dreams, but none of that were seen. And I feel like if they want to win, they gotta try and deal with the Iron Hook threat a bit better, right? At least follow up on their members getting jumped on a bit better. Because even though there's a penalty zone, nothing's stopping them from going forward and landing a very simple Eternal Guard from long distance.
Yeah, and there's nothing stopping Dreams from owning the bushes, man. I feel like every time Geek is just trying to somehow read where Dreams is going, and every time you're playing reactively, responsively to this kind of pick-off roamer, it's not a good thing. Meanwhile, though, Veldora using that movement speed boost to kind of scout out the vicinity, but he doesn't know if Dreams is there to catch him. Oh, he missed.
He missed. He missed the horsey.
It's a big horsey, but the hook does not land. The wave on the bottom side, though, is still pushing for Geek, and they were able to get a turret off the back of just macro wave control.
And although we got game fact here by GoPay Aboy. In Season 13, he used Vexana 13 times and racked up about 77% win rate, so not too shabby himself. He's looking to further enhance the win rate, even though so far in this game it's still 0%, or in this match after that game number 2.
Now with the Lord spawning, it's a whole different situation. Vincent spotted on the top side. Evos, we're gonna try and blitz this.
Yep, let's see Lord's pathway committed now, and Annabelle secures the Lord with composure. Now it's going to be Evo's Glory looking to disengage, but Veldora says no. 3 members taken down, and Evo's Glory, they got the Lord, but they will lose on Byte and Structures.
I mean, quite literally ran through everybody there, the glorious pathway, and everyone in unison trying to take down what they can after losing out on the Lord. Annabelle. Right now, though, Annabelle is not spotted out. Ooh. Still gets away.
Yeah.
Great play for the side of GeekFam there. Going and sacrificing the first Lord, technically, in order to win a great team fight. Overall, I feel like it's still going to be a win for Geek. Because Evos are going to be unable to use any of these waves. He can clear the top side here, rotate to the bottom, and end up not losing anything unless Evos can make a play happen. Maloyski spots out the steal attempt, but Annabelle will be able to take away that purple, and he's building towards a BOD, so he's trying to go for a lot of damage.
It was once 2k gold lead for Evos, almost 3k. And right now it's only 1k, so it is for sure a winning trade for GeekFam. Even though at that time I feel like Vincent could have done much more if he were a bit more fast on the approach and knows that the consequences of showing up in the map, man. They just pulled the trigger, Evos.
Look at Masako. He went to the bottom side, was playing very tentatively, maybe fearing a play coming in from side of Evos. But look at this, Veldora once again.
Now with the conceal as well, Valorisky, oh good, Glorious Pathway, Dominus Descent already committed. Oh, that's a big Eternal's gone on to it too. A member falls now, they're looking for Fluffy, the damage will be enough to take him down. NFL finds Valoy, that's a trade off towards a roamer. But it's a 2-for-1 still in favor of Geek Fam.
Man, that was 1 inch away to punish Brands. If that Synchro Fusion and that Chrono Dash caught Brands, there's pretty much a chain of barrage of magic damage towards Brands. And right now, once again, a winning trade for Geek Fam. And I feel like they finally found the formula, Rashi. Just pretty much try to get Clockunel and see what happens.
It's about being the first to make the move and just denying Dreams any kind of Iron Hook. Because if earlier there with the Glorious Pathway procced up, if Dreams went for the Iron Hook, it doesn't matter. Everyone's gonna jump straight towards him anyways. And here, that's where Annabelle comes in. He's trying to be sneaky, coming from the back, coming from behind to try and stop this front to back. But look at this play by Veloski.
I'm offended will be enough to take him down. Annabelle though, cheeky flank finds a trade. Now Veldora with the Glorious Pathway trying to find Brand in the backside with Vincent. Finds the person, Masako, deletes him. It's a 2-for-2. Annabelle, he is trying to assassinate a member, but wasn't able to find and close the gap.
The taunt from Masako, he knows Annabelle is there. That was a equal trade, but Geek Fam slowly but surely taking control of the game. And now what's gonna be the response for Evo's Glory? Do they want to bank on, Dreams scouting out the area, the bushes for them, and getting a miraculous hook? Is that what it takes to beat this composition?
Ideally, Fluffy would walk in the front and tank some damage. Geek Fam, though, decisive with this Lord take. Are they committing too hard, though? Because they have a pushing wave in the top side. They finally let it reset. Now Evos are the ones with the urgency. Dreams with the fleeting time will be trying to go for even more pickups. But at this point, anyone gets hooked, Glorious Pathway will be immediately opened up for the full force of Geek Fam to rain down on Evos.
The retro battle so far, man, it's not looking good for Vincent. If we take a look at the 50-50s that these two junglers are taking, but Veloski though could still play.
Yeah,
for anything.
And Geek Fam don't have to do anything. Look at that. The wave on the top side is massive. If it's left alone, it might even clear out the base turret. Of course, the passive will be cracked open first, but Evos, they're willing to let it go.
Oh no. See here, Annabelle, waiting for the potential fight. Fluffy finds the penalty zone. Annabelle looking for the right side. Glorious Pathway here. Annabelle, what the heck? He did that in game 1, game 2, and now game 3. Now it's going to be an all-out war. Dreams first one to fall as well. And that will be Fluffy and Dreams taken out.
Well, yeah, the same story. Vincent losing out of the Retribution, but this time around though, the conversion. Even though Evo's got the Lord, I feel like Geek Fam, they're still gonna win this one.
Yep. Base turret taken down. Now let's see here, Clock and Brands and NFL, they have enough wave clear, of course. Let's see though, Evo's Glory, what will they do to somehow make this Lord relevant?
I'm gonna try and maybe escort it a bit. Because for Geek Fam, there's a lot of damage available. Annabelle though, trying to get out. Going in on the Veldora. It's a lot of damage. I'm seeing the Athena on the hands of Veldora, so he has good defense against Magical, but will that be enough?
That's counting though, Rashi, so that's a good sign, right? Poloski though, concealed play, might want to go for Dreams.
On towards Dreams, damage will be enough to burst him down. And Masako, he is still deathless in this game.
Didn't even take a half a second there to burst down attack. A roamer for Evo's Legends. That's supposed to be a bit tankier, but either way, the potential for Geek Fam is already showing, and also the fix, Arashi. That's counting before you go into the bush. We didn't see that in game number 2. And finally, a boy, Masako, even Veldora is a bit more careful and with their approach.
I mean, if you have the horse in your team, it's a no-brainer. Send him in, let him tank up. The reason why Dreams is looking so squishy is if you look at his items, he's going for a fleeting time into a Winter Crown with the Rapid Boots. He is all in utility, and he's not planning on taking any damage in the front line. All he's trying to do is just go for these big hooks. But at this point, especially with Fluffy slowly but surely getting outlasted, getting squishier by the minute due to the item difference, Veldora goes on him.
Oh, no follow-up though. Suppression comes through. Veldora taken down. Fluffy should fall as well. Vincent finds the kill. Kobe is healing her, taken out. Veloski jumping in again. Now that's huge. Annabelle finding one, finding two. My goodness. Now with the Demon's Descent, Vincent and a boy running for the hills. The White Tigers, they smell blood. But it seems like a boy and Vincent, they will have enough mobility to get out.
They clump up and they paid the price. The fractures pretty much hits on everyone from GigFam. And now Annabelle and crew 4-2 numbers advantage, 2 of them. They will take the mid lane, but do they want to go for more?
Boy and Vincent looking to clear the wave. Oh, Evo's Glory. And they will just go back and secure the Lord, satisfied in taking down the base turret.
Fortunately for GigFam, they took the base turret on the top side. So now they have a push advantage. Are they going to use it though? Because again and again, we've seen that even when they do have a wave moving up in their favor, they just go in. They just go at it. Maybe it's a mind game. Maybe they're really trying to catch EVOs off guard because EVOs are expecting that. And now in the waiting game, in the situation, this is where Dreams can make his magic work. He does have the flicker for an even further Iron Hook play. As everyone's on the Lord, you can see Annabelle sneaking around, trying to find a different angle, trying to surprise Masako and a boy, potentially get something done before the Lord is down to a 50-50.
Yeah, GigFam can play the long game here. Look at that. The whiff is still pushing and Brands is gonna be the one that's gonna take care of it. The question is, GigFam, what are you gonna do with this kind of advantage?
See, GigFam now with the seal. Willis pathway, Willis runs and Fluffy looking for the flank here. Veldora now looking to tank as well. Fluffy pops the penalty zone, but the Purifying was there. Now Veldora will not be able to escape. Lockhorn saves the day. The White Tigers have the Lord once again.
Vincent even used the retreat. That is why he's running away from the vicinity. I was very confused. Why is Vincent not there? He didn't even go for a Zask in front of him that doesn't have a Dominator's Descent. And right now, with Veldora down, what's gonna be the answer here? EVOS take back the control. 6K cold leader, Rashi.
Yikes.
There's 10 seconds for Veldora to be spawning. I think Annabelle got knocked up by the Lord, by the way, when he dashes in for the retreat. That's why Clockland gets it. With the Lord though, with Veldora 2 seconds away, they're trying to buy some time.
Oh, Fluffy with the flicker penalty zone. No, let's see though, will it be enough? Fluffy gets taken down by Masako. Masako repositioning. Now the Lord will be taken out. GigFam stands with 5. Evo's Glory backs away.
Are you feeling that sort of deja vu? Because I do. In game number 2, once again, GigFam. Game number 2, they were able to take control of the game, and now EVOS is on the front lines, on the pedal. Well, the question is it gonna be, once again, EVOS winning out the game? GigFam, they have the formula. Again though, Rush. The game plan before was to keep Masako safe, and they weren't able to do so. This time though, the game plan is just to run down the whole team of EVO's Glory.
As long as GigFam don't get comboed, I feel like they win. As long as they can zone Brands out from just literally melting everyone down, I feel like they have a good chance to win this. Conceal horseplay though, Beloyski gets exposed. And Geek Fam will have to stop right there, but look at Annabelle. Whoa!
Iron Hope finds one! And now with the glorious pathway, they go all in. Fluffy gets taken out alongside Malonski. Geek Fam repositioning. Oh, Vincent trying to find the Hail Mary play in the backside. Will it be enough? Masako goes back and recalls Vincent. Will the damage be enough to take Greens down? The answer is yes. Leonardo da Vincent will be taken down by Annabelle, who finds the legendary.
Oh man, that Roger solo plays have been popping off this day, man. Sutsujin, Skyler, and now Vincent might be redeeming for his sins so far that he committed in this game or in this match overall. But looking at the items, Arashi, already this late of the game, what changes?
Well, the gold advantage for Annabelle in particular, he's going for an all-out burst damage build. And if you look at Clawkun, he can go for a bit more of a burst approach using the Lightning Truncheon, but he just wants damage, all-out damage to match up with the damage output of Geek Fam. And for Fluffy, with the Athena shield, now at least he can kind of tank up a lot more Curse Blasts from a boy. But that's only if the fight goes on long enough. Now will Evos use the base tower advantage? Because again, for both these teams, they've just been going at it, man.
Yep, Evos has the advantage right now in economy. Yeah, as you said, Arashi, if the game plan is executed well, then Geek Fam, the chance to lose is definitely very scarce or very low. Wow, NFL so far, he's been doing a great job, by the way. 8-0-6 for this Nolan, a contrast of what Vincent did in game number 2. He was able to find those flanks also. And meanwhile though, Evos gonna pull the trigger with uncharacteristic because they have a Franco. Now, what will be the response for Geek Fam this time around? Because look at the waves, Arashi, this time around, it's favoring the White Tigers.
Exactly. Evos can just keep doing this indefinitely. Brands is taking some damage, but overall they can just keep waiting around. They can let Clawkun kind of scout out and harass, and they can just wait for Dreams to land an Iron Hook and not engage unless that happens. For Geek, the best way is to just go in for an all-out engage, but with the waves so far back, they're forced to let a boy.
Oh man.
But he's coming.
See?
Will this be the play?
I mean, both teams hesitating. Oh, Iron defended flicker towards the backside. Now Fluffy, will he be able to defend and sustain? The answer is no. Geek Fam 5-5 in the mid lane though. It's going to be Annabelle looking for the end. Is this a distraction? Is this what Evo's Glory needs? Take a look at the Lord. Take a look at the Lord. Now Vincent moves on towards Annabelle, who will lose his immortality. And Annabelle will get taken down as Veldora will try to distract the Lord's area. Clawkun and Brands trying to defend, but Veldora is so sustainable. He will lose his immortality as the Lord will be taken by Masako. In the backside, Brands, will he have enough speed to get away? Vincent, the wall finds the mark in the backside. Brands taken down. Another member falls as well. Clawkun against the world, but it is too much for Evo's Glory to find the space.
As does it, man. Win by an inch, win by a mile, doesn't matter. A win to kickstart the season for Geek Fam in Season 14. Finally, breaking the egg. The family stands strong before the Tigers. But on the other side, for losing streak for Evos Glory, it's not looking so good for them.
It's a tough situation all around when you have a slugfest, a brawl in the lower side of the standings, but Evos and Geek make it work. Unfortunately for them, only one shot prevailed today, and that is Geek, as the White Tigers sink even further down into absolution.
That was a weird call for Geek Fam at the end of the game. The juggler goes away from the Lord. He was trying to capitalize on it, and Annabelle, interesting approach there, trying to somehow end the game. A boy read that. And Veldora being the saving grace, I guess, for Geek Fam. He was able to delay the Lord take from this 2 DPS for Evos Glory. and that's going to be the defining moment of that game. Geek Fam prevails. Revenge over that playoff series in season 13, and this is the ending moment of the game. A valiant effort by Annabelle. So far, he was the standout for Eva's Chloe. He only died a single time in that moment, and to be honest, that was a good play.
It was a good read though. It was a better read from the side of Geek Fam and Vincent. What? He's so fast?
Yeah, but let's see though what they have to say after that hard-fought win. A slugfest of a win with Geek Fam. Woody Clara, take it away. What the fuck did I just say?
Buat memperingati inilah dia kemenangan pertama untuk Geek Fam. Waduh, udah dapat foto keren dan ini momen yang dinantikan oleh Geek Fam Unity pastinya. Baloy, minggu kedua rupanya ini adalah waktu kalian kah?
Apa udah selesai?
Akhirnya bisa ngedapetin kemenangan saat ini.
Alhamdulillah.
Alhamdulillah. Prosesnya lumayan panjang ya.
Nah iya karena kan banyak yang baru kan. Kali ini kan kita 3 yang baru, Beldora, Vincent, dan Masako. Jadi kayak emang kita lagi on proses aja.
On proses, tapi on track dong pastinya.
Iya betul ya.
Progresnya tentu hari ini kita bisa rasakan dengan kemenangan kalian.
Masih panjang sih karena kan aku dari Arab kan, terus latihannya agak kurang sih kak. Jadi kayak proses kita lebih telat. Jadi kita masih lama sih di 100%.
Masih lama
Ya.
dari 100%. Berapa persen sekarang kalau boleh tahu Baloy?
40% deh.
Buset, baru 40 ini guys. Jadi jangan panik Geek Fam Unity. Namun merombak terus, meracik terus-terusan. Mendatangkan